24 on 24 gives me life, no other way to start the day. 24 on 24 makes it right. We don't care what they say. Carve the place out for us, because no one was a vibe. Finally a show to love. Fuck it, we'll do it live. It's not lonely at the top, 'cause everyone's right here. For us there is no hard stop. Forever in your ear. 24 on 24 gives me life, no other way to start the day. 24 on 24 makes it right. We don't care what they say. Copy me, I know you will. I do it first every time. Your shit is stale, no one cares, but he's gonna shine. I'm just a baby. Your dad loves me more. I say what everyone is thinking. Typical Fall River heart. 24 on 24 gives me life, no other way to start the day. 24 on 24 makes it right. We don't care what they say. No more repos, mama got her bag. I do what I please and do it with ease. Number one show in all the land. Haters listen longer. Everyone say hi to Jim. Let's lock in. It's time to ride. Pack Ford over everybody. Now, 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 now. Now, 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 now. Now, 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 now. Love for my besties and bunnies.
Good morning, Quincy. Good morning, sweetheart. How are you feeling? Just okay? All right, Mommy will be right back, okay? Good morning. Welcome to 24 on 24. The house is still asleep, but we're not. So let's go get a coffee. Wallet, phone, keys. I don't see the key. Stand by. go interrupt the conference call that Yaza was on and say, "Hi, good morning. Do you have the keys?" And the answer was yes. All right, good morning. Let's get in the car. Let's go get a coffee. We have so much to talk about. We have errands that we need to run.
To deliver relief to patients.
It's kind of hot out, huh? I thought it wasn't going to be, but. All right, good morning. Welcome to 24 on 24. I'm your host, Jess Machado. This is the #1 show in all the land. Thank you for joining me. Let's make sure this is on Do Not Disturb. We have a little bit of a morning. Can I just explain? I'm so tired of like hiding this. So, when I wake up in the morning, there is like usually a really great chance that my body is like not cooperating with me. And I really honestly shield everybody from that because I view that as just being absolutely weak. And as you can tell, I'm not a weak bitch, right? So like I push through shit and I just keep going and it doesn't matter. But like I'm going to just be very honest. I am it is almost, unless I go on like some sort of cocktail of like daily medication that would actually cause me more symptoms than what I currently have, my lupus like ravages my body frequently. And yesterday, from the minute I woke up in the morning until I went to bed at like 12:15, I pretty much never stopped moving all day long. And my body, it's almost like, I don't know how to explain it. Everything is like inflamed. Like everything is just I can feel it when my body is like this. Everything is inflamed. Yes, including my face, my chins, and my ass. But like everything just is like, and I'm also going to add to that I'm assuming that when you hit 50, you're already going to be facing with like aches and pains and things like that. But like, I don't know what those would feel like normally because it's all exasperated by like this like autoimmune disease. And so I woke up this morning. Keep in mind, I was sick last week, right? Sick. I woke up this morning with an unbelievably sore throat. A telltale sign of like any type of like a lupus type of like episode is I start getting like the inside of my nose starts hurting. So I wake up with a sore throat, which will go away, I'm sure, once I start moving and I have all of the things. But like my nose is already starting. I have a rash on my fucking face again. And my elbows are like, I can't even explain the pain. My moving my arms, whatever. I just get so fucking tired of feeling like this. So like, I am like ready for a great week. Yesterday was a great day. And today I am like, what in the actual fuck? So I have to do a bunch of shit to get my body even like remotely functional this morning. So, and we have a day that I have so many things that I need to do. So it's just, it gets very frustrating. I wish I could just wake up like, and I do have those days where it's like day after day after day are great days. I just feel like though that's been like a memory lately. Like when am I going to have the days where I'm just like, I don't know, give me like 5 consecutive days where I feel like great. Honestly, vacation where I did absolutely nothing. were the best physical days. The first day I was coming off of not being great, but like, well, not the travel day, Sunday, but Monday it was kind of a little, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, even Friday up until I traveled was great. So anyway, I don't know if anybody else deals with those kinds of things. I don't know if anybody else is just older than me and every day is just like Hey man, a day above ground is great, but like Jesus Christ, I don't really know where everybody is at. Hopefully, none of you can relate to what I'm talking about, but it fucking sucks. All right, we have whatever that is, whatever that noise is going to be a distant memory because this vehicle it's actually a great car. I'm sure it's an easy fix. It's time for an upgrade of a vehicle. All right. Good morning. We have a lot of things to talk about. So much. We're going to stop and get gas. We're going to stop and get society. We're going to take a drive to Fall River for Trop Smoothie. I need an acai bowl. I swear that can heal me. We're going to talk the whole way. And then we have to, well, I'm assuming Jeffrey is going to do it because that's how it was left last night. We have to see if they can take Quincy for a vet visit today. He has had diarrhea for 2 days. Not saying anything like we're great pet parents or anything, but like Quincy has never had diarrhea, ever. We've had him for 3.5 years. I don't know exactly what's going on. The only thing is that I had Jack and Georgia were like jointly cleaning the family bathroom upstairs. They had a trash bag on the floor, and I'm wondering if at any point in time Quincy got in it. Because he was upstairs. The trash bag had like whatever trash is in the bathroom. Like, who knows? And maybe he ate a Q-tip and it's like stuck in there and it's causing like an issue. I don't really know, but it's today is Tuesday. It started Sunday night. So yesterday, I made a little bit of white rice and I just left it in the fridge, and I told Jeff to we add it to his food to see if anything happens. Now, I will say the diarrhea that he had was not as like watery today, but still. So I texted Jeff this morning, and I said, can you just call and make an appointment and let's see if they can get him in. I don't know if they'll get him in today. They might not prioritize that, but so we have to do that. Can I get gas first? I'm going to get gas. I'm going to leave you guys here and I'm going to play a song for you while we go get gas. If it's okay. It's okay. Oh, a lot of people are asking, who did we replace the Jim Altman picture with in here? So obviously Jen does not like when good morning, Jen. Jen doesn't like when her DUI mugshot is all over the internet, or I can't remember. She says she does, but then when we show it, she shows how much it upsets her. I can't be sure. I wasn't sure. I don't know. So we had used it in the 24 and 24 opening. Her picture was on a laptop when in the song we say, everybody say hi to Jim. And she has been issuing privacy complaints about it. So Moonsy changed it and she put like an emoji over it, but like the corner of her head, this is what kind of a petty bitch she is. The corner of her head was showing in the photo. Like nobody who doesn't know Jen Altman could identify her from that. And so we were like, okay, it's still, you know what I mean? I'm not going to change it. But she keeps putting in the complaints. So far, nothing has happened. I don't know what she thinks she's showing on the internet when she shows screenshots of things. Nothing has happened to my account. I've received no correspondence about this. But just for good measure, Jennifer, you will be happy to know the opening video, your photo, the remnants of your DUI arrest photo have been removed. They are gone. That picture is no longer there. Who did we replace it with? That is a driver's license photo of the man responsible for the deadliest DUI accident in United States history. We won't even say his name, but he was a drunk driver and he hit a school bus, and I think like 25 people died in that accident, and he was drunk. So anyway, that's who we replaced the photo with. And so I hope that's appropriate. Has absolutely no connection to Jen Jen. She is not related to that man. She does not know who he is. It shouldn't offend her. We just took one DUI mugshot and replaced it with a second DUI mugshot. You know, thankfully, Jen did not kill anybody when she was driving drunk. This man did. But I consider drunk driving just despicable. And if people are going to get on me for judging that, sure. I don't drunk drive. I don't drive drunk. So, anyway, just a different monster. Yes. Thank you so much, Spicy Misty. All right. I'm here. I'm going to go get gas. I'm going to leave you in the car. Be nice to each other. Talk amongst yourselves. There's my Venmo. If you sent a Venmo yesterday, I didn't catch it before the show ended. I will go over them when we get back to the house. But in the meantime, let us play. I don't know. Like, what's a good one?
They call me Old Money Aiden, right after they call my docket. Chains around my hands by Gucci, they shine bright when they lock it. Paid for that new car in cash, baby, the prettiest red you've ever seen. Where did the money come from? On the back of Karen Reed. Boys, I'm fighting for my life. Boys, all I want is all your cash. Boys, I hate you, but I need you. Boys, every one of you are trash. Look at my expensive website that crashes each time you click. Get rich and pay, you can't avoid the ads. Sorry, pores can suck my dick. Don't ask me where your money goes. You will never ever know. Violating bail at D&E Pizza. Back to court I go. Pores, I'm fighting for my life. Pores, all I want is all your cash. Pores, I hate you, but I need you. Every one of you are trash. I don't care what your name is, girl. You make 10K a month, let me see. Let's give this turtle chat a whirl. Fake abortions, they ain't free. You see, I'm old money right here. Look at this fancy camera and sound. The production is so top tier. Just wait a sec while I fix it now. Boys, I'm fighting for my life. Boys, all I want is all your cash. Boys, I hate you, but I need you. Boys, every one of you are trash. Ignore every bad decision I make. Violating bail every time I'm mad. Case after case without a care. Menopausal women pay my tab. Boys, each and every one of you. Boys, no subs I will ever miss. Boys, First Amendment and all of that. Boys, you finance all of this.
Every song I write, I always have like a favorite part of it. Like, you know, it's like your baby, you know, like what part of it do you like? Like, oh, my throat. There's something about that song where like almost every part is perfect. You will never ever know. Like, that is so good. Right? And then I also like at the end where we change it up and we go, pours each and every one of you. Like, I just, what? What a fucking banger, dude. Are people hyping that thing? Again, I know people, what, what? Fake abortions aren't free. But I also love that it's all just so like, what's the word? It's not subtle. It's like backhanded, like insults. You know, like we're talking about being rich and we're highlighting all of the things that suck about your show that you can't seem to fucking pay to fix. Whatever. Are we hyped? Let's get a coffee. Then let's go get an acai bowl. Good morning. Can I just do a large iced white chocolate pistachio made with whole milk? Yeah, anything else? That'll do it today. Thanks. Each and every one of you pours. All right. We're going to talk. Okay, let's write an agenda together. We're going to talk about yesterday, like all the things going on. Then we're going to talk about yesterday's show, our show. And then we're just going to talk about a couple of other things. We do have a little bit of drama that we need to tend to. It's our drama garden because people say that I am a drama farmer. Right? Is that what it's called? You people are fucking nuts. Nuts. I did say last week I was going to get off the interwebs, or Twitter for that matter. I'm actually very proud of myself. I didn't remove the app and I kind of left it there because it is a detriment to me that I take it away. It's my largest platform and it's monetized. It's not a lot of money. It's like $50 a week, but still, I'm poor. And so I need to make sure that that revenue stays. And whenever I deactivate, my revenue is halted. So I get nothing. And so it's not the money. Although literally, you know, $120 every 2 weeks that's my society money. And we don't really have to do anything on X because we have such a platform. It kind of like pays itself. But I was really proud. I just kind of was like, okay, let's just try not to be on here much. And we were not on there much. I did actually take the time to respond to a couple of things that I saw. And we have to discuss this. Where is it Big Husky said something about, like, I don't know who it was. Who knows? It's one of the usual suspects, basically saying like Jess Machado like has to do this because she is all drama, right? She has no talent. She can't do anything. So she must create drama and do these things in order to have content. Okay. And I was like, these bitches. In 2022 and 2023, I worked for a radio station. Okay. Town Square Media, like a national radio broadcasting company, owns Fun 107 in New Bedford, Fairhaven, Fall River area. Their AM channel, which is WBSM, is like news talk, right? Politics and news. And I worked there, and I did a show on Saturdays called the Jess Machado Show. It was on every Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m., 3 hours. Just a little less than what we usually do a 24 on 24 for. It was on for 3 hours. I had no co-hosts. It was all by myself. And I did original content for 3 straight hours. Now we had commercial bumpers and breaks and things like that. But I just sat on the radio every Saturday morning for 3 hours. My phone lines were lit from the minute I started my show until the end. Okay, which means same thing, crazy participation, people wanting to like call in and talk. I had station management telling me that I was like a once in a generation talent on the radio, that I was the most talented radio personality he had seen in a very long time. And then they offered me a nighttime time slot in addition to my Saturday time slot. And I would go on the radio Monday through Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. without a co-host, 3 hours straight of programming at 7 to 10 p.m. And the exact same thing happened on Saturdays. So I was doing 6 days a week, 3 hours live, phone calls, uninterrupted, crazy fucking stream, like radio streams. And I did it not only with ease, but it was a fucking phenomenal show. Both of them were. And everybody out here acting like I'm coming on the internet doing a morning radio show for 3 hours and I can't fill it with anything. Nobody fucking hated me back in fucking 2023, 2022. I was just able to fill a whole fucking show 5-6 days a week with my brain the same way I do it now. Do I address you fucking morons that come at me? Yes. Do I call out when people are fucking creeps? Yes. Basically, all you need to know is that I just give my opinion and people will listen to me, whether they agree with me or not, whether they like what I say or not, whether they hate it. I just give my opinion and talk about my family and my life out on the open, and it seems to work. It seems to work. I don't know what the magic sauce is. I'm not really sure. But I can tell a story, bitch. I can tell a goddamn story. I could tell a story about nothing and I can make it very entertaining and people would be like, that bitch had a great show yesterday. And I literally talked about, a plumber coming to my house and fixing my shower upstairs. What do you want from me? Are you fucking jealous? Go tweak your craft. Watch all my shows again and instead of watching them with hate, figure out how a bitch fucking does it. With ease is the answer. Let's get our coffee. Good morning to you. It's all set. You can keep the change. You're welcome. I'll do a straw today. Thanks. Same to you. What do you want from me? If you keep saying like, oh, she does this because she needs the views, you don't even go here. You don't even know. You don't know me. Act like you've been here before. And if you weren't here in the beginning, oh, that hits. If you weren't here in the beginning of like the WBSM days and shit like that, that's okay. I don't hold it against you. You have to kind of live down here to know, but you know about it. So fuck these people. Fuck them. Fuck these people. They're so stupid. You're so dumb. You get on the radio 6 days a week. You get on the radio 6 days a week and talk to people 3 hours at a time. Figure it out. I'll give you some tips. The first thing you need to do is you need to just be completely relatable. Talk about something terrible that's happening in your life so everybody else can be like, well, there's nothing special about her. She's just like me, sitting at home listening to this. Samesies, okay? So here's my tips. Be relatable. Now, if you're going to talk about jokes that involve creepy sex things like having sex with your neighbor's daughter and catching an STD from here, that's not relatable. Nobody can relate to you when you talk like that, okay? When you talk about fleshlights, there's only a portion of your audience that's going to be able to relate to you about that. So I would recommend finding things that your audience can relate to. When you talk about facing 90 years in jail, there is a very small facet of your audience that can relate to that. I suggest talking about something else. For example, talk about your pool. There's a lot of people that have pools. Do you have any problems with it? Are you struggling with it? Do you enjoy it? Did you work hard to get it? Enjoy it? A lot of people can relate to pool life. But nobody who is listening to you can relate to 90 years in jail. It's just not relatable. So it makes you seem like someone completely like you're not a man of the people. You know what I mean? When you sit on a stream and you make fun of somebody's weight, bodily habits or movements or any of those things, people can't relate to it because most people aren't filled with that kind of like hate. Most people don't want to sit around and shit all over a person for 3 hours, right? They'll listen to it occasionally, but when all you do is like pull up somebody else's stream and make fun of it, nobody relates to that kind of behavior because people are good people. That's not good person behavior. So just a couple tips from me. Since I've been doing this longer than most of these people, talking to an audience for 3 hours at a time is not for the weak. But I would suggest just changing up some behaviors and it will work for you. Alrighty. So yeah, bitches, I've been doing this way longer than this. I don't need to drama farm, whatever that means. Cows, farms, low cows, doesn't matter. That's not the case. I will literally make something out of nothing because I have an imagination. And I'm relatable. I'm relatable because most people who listen, aren't fancy. You know what I mean? All right. So yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. I can't. What a song. What a song. All right. Yesterday, we did a show. Can I just explain something? Are people out there on the internet thinking that when Sweetles came in the room and he was talking like that's like real life? Like Sweetles has like a fucking level of comedy you just clearly aren't getting. My son doesn't talk to me like that in real life. My son isn't grifting. He's not. It's a joke. Like, wake the fuck up. You're going to listen to the show. You better fucking do your homework. You don't know what you're talking about. What happened to the comments on the stage? Like, he doesn't even know. Nobody knows about Sweetles. All right. Yes, Sweetles the grifter. Sweetles only fucking took a second job this summer working at 3:30 in the morning at Dunkin' Donuts. And then getting up in the morning at 3 a.m., going to a job at 3:30. I cried over it because I don't want my baby Sweetles working at that ungodly hour. And he told me to get a spine, mother. I'm working so I can add a whole second income. Turns out it was fucking lucrative as fuck for Sweetles. And the motherfucker saved enough money to buy himself a goddamn new car, a nice car. But yes, my son's a fucking grifter. Shut up about Sweetles. You don't even know him. He's such a gem. So Sweetles, we had to go look at some cars yesterday. Two cars that we looked at, just not glad we went and looked at them, but they were not what Sweetles wanted. Ironically, the car that he has purchased is right on the side of me, not the car, but type of car. And so the car father came through with a bunch of different car suggestions, all in the same vein of what Sweetles was looking for. They just weren't exactly the sweet spot, the sweet fit. So we found the exact car. I'm not going to give the details of it yet because the internet is weird. You motherfuckers will call and try to thwart the sale. But Sweetles wanted just a very specific car situation. It needed to have under 100,000 miles. It needed to be $10,000 or under. He wanted it to be essentially a Toyota, either a Corolla, but mostly a Camry. And yeah, so he fucking found it. He found it. And then he called his dad. They went to go see it. Then I went with him to go see it. I took it for a drive. Great car, reputable dealer. And then we called Carfather, he was on the golf course because that's what rich men do in the middle of the day on a Monday, and ran all the details by Carfather, and he sent him the photos, and he was like, that might be it. And that was pretty much, all Sweetles needed to hear. And so Carfather's baby daddy, if you're new here, because I know there are a lot of people are, but that's Julia's baby daddy. He loves finding cars. And so come to think of it, and I said this last night, and then I was pretty positive of it, and I was right. Ron has never actually bought a brand new car. He has always bought a pre-owned car, and I mean, he could buy cars with cash. He just buys pre-owned cars, and it's honestly like it's a sport for him. These people, stop, fucking idiot. This Toyota Tacoma literally was not going to stop, and literally, oh God. We're on Duval Street in Fall River, and there's a crosswalk, and a biker was going to cross, and I stopped, but the Toyota Tacoma had to slam on his brakes. Just, terrible. Anyway, he's never bought a new car. It's always pre-owned. He's really good at scouting them. He does it for fun. So anyway, we ran financing options. It's just, we can discuss it. I'm sure there are people out here who are better versed in all of this, but the car, we actually negotiated the price. Sweetles was very impressed with me for that. He couldn't believe it, because when he went and looked at the car the first time, the guy was like firm, and then me, charming, I wanted to tell the story about my son. Tell the story. Sweetles, we're going to tell you all about Sweetles and why Sweetles is worthy of a little bit of a discount. $700 off, because my Sweetles deserves it, because he's a hardworking kid, and he's out here working out in these Dunkin' Donut streets to save his money while he's in college, while working 2 jobs, and he's in a band. And let me just tell you a little bit about Sweetles. And, as I'm telling him about Sweetles, he's looking at Sweetles, and he realizes this isn't a fucking loser kid who's coming in here to get into a car that he can't afford, or he's getting into a car because he wants something fancy. He's not in here looking for a fucking BMW. Kid's looking for a Toyota Camry. With low miles. And so basically, I just wanted this man to know how special Sweetles was. And, if he thought that it was worthy of a discount on the vehicle, then so be it. And my gosh, he did. And he saw the Sweetles we all know. And so he came down on the price. Sweetles was very upset. He monitors his credit score like a fucking fiend. And when they did the financing, the credit score it was 25 points lower than what Sweetles had. And I'm assuming, that's like because FICO, and I don't know if Sweetles was looking at his FICO, but the kid almost lost it in there. He's like, nope, that's wrong. You got it. It's wrong. And the man's like, what? And he's like, that's not it. That's not my credit score. And I was like, Jack, I think it might be, or whatever. So the interest rate that they offered him was not prime. He's a little upset by it. It's still very good. It's 9% for an auto loan in Massachusetts interest rate. So he was thinking it was going to be 8%, and that 1% really just fucked with his head. So I basically was like, Sweetles, like, we're okay here. Now, the reason he could have worked a little bit more, and he could have bought this car in cash, but what we're doing here is we have to take the credit to the next level. He needs an auto loan so that he can really move his credit. It's just, the goal is to purchase a home in the next 3 years. And so he really needs to work on his credit. So yes, he can pay for it all in cash. We could have really given him the extra $2,000 to do it, but this is, we need to establish credit here. So, and then oddly enough, like, the bank was like, so the car is, I don't know what the final number was, but the car was like, let's say 8,500. You know, so Jack has 7, right? So Jack wants to put 4,000, they say 4,000, put 4,000 down, but Jack wants to put like 5, but the guy goes, well, let's put 4. So they put the 4 in and they come back with the rate, and the payment is too much a month. Jack doesn't want it to be over 200. So they came back with that interest rate, with that amount, and for 24 months or 23 months, it was like 240 a month. And he's like, fucking kid's ready to get up. He's so volatile. He's like, nope, I'm not doing it. Thank you for your time. I said, sit down. Sit down. I said, let's work it with $5,000 down. And they deny it. They say, no, we're not going to let you put half this down. So I said, let's stretch it out over 36 months and let's see what that looks like. And it brings the payment down to like $189 a month. And he just decelerates very quickly. And he's like, okay, that's fine. And I said, I think this is great. And the man just looks at him and he calculates it and he goes, over the course of this loan, the company is only making $770 in interest off of you. And Jack's like, okay. And he's like, there is a cost to lending money and you get to build your credit. And like, I like that the guy was kind of explaining it. He's like, yeah, man, we're only going to make, the bank's only going to make $700 off of this deal. And they're lending you all this money. Right. And blah, 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 blah. So all of these things get worked out. We figure out everything else. And Jack's like, okay, let's do it. But Jack has to get like his paycheck stubs. They didn't need them right then and there. They use them digitally, but they want a copy of them and whatever. So we do a deposit and we leave. We've got to go back today. We get in the car and Jack's like, I don't know why you guys are acting like only $700 in the interest on that loan. That's my $700. I was like, the bank isn't going to do it for free. The kid is just like hysterical. So we're all set. So now the poor kid is in a different situation. His bank is an online bank. You can't just walk into a brick and mortar bank and get a cashier's check. So he had to order one. So we actually have to call the car dealership today and tell them we can't do it today because he ordered a cashier's check and it'll be delivered at some point today, but we don't know when. So we think Sweetle's got a car. It's a fantastic car. It's great. I forgot what it is, but it's in great, great shape. Anyway, so that's it. So Sweetle's set a goal for himself this summer. He achieved it, or he's very close to achieving it. And then he will be starting school in 2 weeks, his sophomore year of college, exactly the way that he wanted to be, with just a little bit of debt. So he'll get through it. Now, of course, he's going to already explaining how he's going to add $100 extra month to the principal, and then he's going to work next summer and he's going to pay it off, and then he will have the best of both worlds. He'll have an unbelievably dependable car with low miles and no payment, right? So he's thrilled. Check. How's Julia doing? My other child that we're not supposed to talk about and you're not supposed to know. Everything in Julia's life is grand, except for the fact that she is very much like her mother and suffers from a lot of worry and anxiety. And we had a conversation about how much that is really impacting her happiness, and she has to change that. I think the issue with Julia, which I try to say to her in a way that is not mean, it's like, you have never had any real adversity in your life. That is not your fault. I have cultivated a very lovely life for you. where you never have to really go through any real serious shit. But you got to start acting like that this shit is like really difficult. You have a really good life and you are very much like your mother, where your things are very dramatic and they don't have to be. And you need to stop it, because God will kind of like put you in your place in a way that you won't like. And then you're going to recognize, gee, I shouldn't have been worrying over this stupid stuff when this stuff happens, right? So that actually kind of scared her a little bit. So she needs to really just, all of these small things, she needs to stop. Because I find it's just a pattern of worry. And I know that she's young and she has a home and all of these things, and she just needs to just chill out a little bit. Like I explained to her, they have an ADU, which is like a studio apartment on their property, that when they bought this home, the people who owned the home were like the original owners from years ago. They built the ADU. They never pulled their permits, and they were renting it for $1,000 a month to a cop. And it's a nice little studio. It's more than a nice little studio. It's a great studio. And it's perfect for a single guy or a single girl or whatever. And when they went to sell the house, they found out that it wasn't permitted. And so, of course, the sale kept falling through with a bunch of people. Aiden, in one of the craziest moves of all time, that, like, honest to God, for a 25-year-old kid, 24 at the time, you know, Ron was against it. Everybody was like, what are you doing? He basically made an offer on the people. I'll buy this house from you for $75,000 less than the asking price, because there's no guarantee that we're going to be able to get this permitted. And so I need to make this mortgage affordable. So, and the fucking people took it. We couldn't believe it. And then we were like, well, you're probably going to get stuck with this ADU. It's not going to be permitted. And it's permitted. It took a while. They've been in the house for a year. They finally got the city of Fall River to come down and take a look at the property, assess it. And they really only asked for 2 things to be changed. And they're in the middle of getting it done. So it's going to be permitted, I think within the next month. And then they are just going to go through it and do like some quick upgrades, not upgrades, but like, I think they're going to put in a new stove or something. I'm not sure. And we're going to go and help them paint and get it ready. And then they have $1,000 a month revenue stream coming into that property. Every day, Julia calls me about this ADU. She's stressed and upset, and it's taking too long. And I was like, Julia, if you could have had to knock the whole thing down. Like, this was built 20 years ago with no permits. Thankfully, the people who built it, they built it right. Thankfully, the city isn't going to make you like completely knock it down. And all you have to do is put in a separate electrical box, and that's it. Like, what? Stop it. You're on the cusp of like gold right now. You know what I mean? For no money, you're going to add $1,000 revenue stream to a property a year later. Like, you know, and of course her husband gets it. We all get it. But she's like, great. Like, you know, but she stresses over stuff. I look at those things as like, let me get to the accomplished piece of it and we're good. And like I said to her, you're about to save, your mortgage payment is about to be cut in half. Like their portion of the mortgage, like they have a renter who pays $2,000 a month on the first floor, and they pay $2,000. You're about to pocket $1,000 a month. Like, girl, you're living in a world so many people wish they had. Please stop complaining about how long it's taking for the building inspector to get to your house today. Put it all in perspective. And they're looking for another one. Like, chill out. This guy out here on the street, he's homeless. He's begging for cash and he's dancing. I'm giving him a couple of bucks. I don't care. Want me to ask him a question? Good morning. I'm on a podcast. You're not on here. Are you homeless? Why?
Life turned around.
All right. Good luck. Try to have a good day. I am so sad. I hate seeing people like that. It's so sad. Anyway. Anyway, that's so sad to me. I could have just been completely scammed. I have no idea where that $20 is going to go, but we're going to create a story in our head that it is going towards a really good meal or something like that. I'm not really sure, but I actually see a lot of homeless people in Fall River that are really trying to like get all of the monies from the people. I normally don't feel so sad, but this man has like a very sad face. I usually just like make sure my window is closed, my door is locked, and I look in another direction. That's not true. I actually don't want to admit how frequently I give money to the people on the side of the street because I know there are people that are totally against that. Hold on, I'm just telling you all of that, and I did all of that for clout chasing for all of the things. I want to share that so everybody gives me clicks and views. Jesus Christ. All right. And then let's see. That's one child update, two child update. Also, Julia is very sad and misses home all the time. She is still trying to deal with the fact that she doesn't live at home. And she cried about that on Saturday when we were all out. Did I forget to go over that yesterday? On Saturday, we went to Cisco. Shout out to Tristan. Those of you from Bestieverse, you know Tristan. Tristan was at Cisco, and we talked a little bit. We have to meet because Tristan has a story to tell. And we've been saying we're going to meet, but I get antisocial, and also I get consumed with my own problems and forget that sometimes good things to distract me are helping other people. And so shout out to Tristan. He was there. He ended up taking a couple pictures, which, sir, I don't even know when you're taking the photos. But he took some really good pictures of us without us knowing. He's a picture guy. And let me see. So we went to Cisco Brewery in New Bedford. There's Cisco's kind of all over. There's one in Nantucket. There's one in Boston. Cisco in New Bedford. TT's part of the hood. And the band that played at her wedding was playing there. And so it was kind of like a chance for us to all kind of go and like relive the wedding reception again. And this is a band that they've listened to. It's their favorite band. They play in Newport a lot. Jeff and I have seen them in Newport. Angus Hall, I think, is their name. And we went to Cisco. Cisco's outside. It's just a really great place. And it was so nice to see a lot of their friends that these kids have grown up with us. You know what I mean? Like, shout out Maz. And some of her bridesmaids were there. One is getting ready to move away. She's starting her whole life over. She's going to South Carolina. It's such a crazy concept. So she's Julia's age. She was in Julia's wedding, and she's having a hard time meeting a guy up here. And she was like, I'm just getting frustrated. My friends are all in relationships. They're all getting married. I'm striking out. I need to change the vibe. So she has a job. It's fully remote, and her employer obviously has no issue with her moving. She's moving to South Carolina. She put out online that she was looking for a female roommate to share a townhouse with. They found the townhouse. She found the roommate who actually was in like the same sorority as her, and just in another chapter. And that girl is also moving out there for work. And this girl literally is starting her whole life over in South Carolina. She's got a really, really gorgeous condo that up here would probably be like $5,000 a month. And she's remotely working, and she's been down there a couple times, and she's officially moving in like 2 weeks. And I'm so proud of her, and we are going to miss her. And I don't know if it's going to be permanent, but she is like, I just need a change of scenery. I'm signed a 1-year lease, and I'm just going to go. And so I think it's really exciting for her. So she was there. It might be the last time I see her, so we get to see her. But can I just say something? Like, I think we can't talk politics here today because I'm just not in the mood. But something changed in our society with COVID and the lockdowns, and people just don't go out, listen to music, and dance the way they used to. I think it's a combination of COVID, not going out, weird vibes about being out in public, also phones and the amount of time people spend on their phones. And I am 100% guilty of it, just like everybody. But I'm just going to say something. There is something in the combination of friends, family, music, dancing, and a little bit of alcohol that can heal everything. I am telling you, it can heal everything. Now, this is something that we do, I would say, frequently. I would say in the past year, not as much. And it really has to do with the fact that I'm just not like physically where I want to be. But prior to this, Meowser and I, we go find live music anywhere, and that's the jam. But adding like other people to the mix and really just being in a group of people, like, I mean, I wasn't thinking of it at the time, but after the fact, can we just say something? Everybody on a Saturday night. So I did. I got home, or we were driving home, and I was in the car. I was on my phone at the end of the night. We're on our way home. And um, what is that lady's? Lauren, Common Sense Investigator. There was a panel of people, right? I don't even know whose show they were on. It was like 6 content creators. And I opened my phone. This live pops up. I click on it, and they're all, or maybe it was just Lauren. No, it was Lauren, and she was doing a stream, and it was all about me. She's hating on me. She's saying all these mean things about me. Later on, I looked, and the thumbnail is an exaggerated fat-faced picture of me, and I commented in it, and she's making fun of my husband, and I'm like, can you imagine? It's Saturday night at like 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock. I'm watching you make fun of me and my husband, and you're home alone with no husband, no boyfriend. You're sitting at home alone in your condo talking about another woman, making fun of her and her husband while we were out having the time of our fucking lives. Like, I don't expect you to ever acknowledge this, Lauren. And it really doesn't, but I am speaking to you. What are you doing with your life? Like, I think there's just something really, really wrong with what you're doing. It's very pathetic. I don't even think you're ugly. I think you're pretty. What are you doing? What the fuck are you? You don't even get the views. If you're doing a stream at night and you're getting 5,000 viewers in your chat, and you want to be married to the game instead of like a guy, blessings on blessings. And I would probably say, okay, you're out on a Saturday night in your fucking little small bedroom with your toys in the background, and you're streaming about a woman and her husband making fun of them while you're home the fuck alone. What are you doing? Listen, if you're doing it to make me upset, it was not working, because I had the time of my life. I was out loving my fucking life, loving it while you were doing that. And I just think I'm feeling like, are you of the childbearing age? Are you going to have children? What are you doing? It's just so ew. It's so pathetic. So anyway, so what I feel is that, and I would maybe inspire some of my bunnies here. Make a plan, go out. It's the new touch grass. Get out, go find a place that has live music. Invite a couple of people and have 2 frozes like I did, and sing music and dance. I put up a video. I don't know where. I can't play it because the copyright's on here. So it's on Facebook probably or on my ex. But like, can you imagine our surprise when a lot of the songs that this band plays are songs like TT and I and Jeff really love? So I will never get over the fact that apparently Train like is like being embraced by this next generation. Train. Who had Train being the band that our kids were gonna like, but apparently they do. But it was just like great music. We were dancing. Like, oh, it was just so great. Yeah, Drops of Jupiter for Life. I don't know, man, but like that shit fucking heals you. It heals you. It puts it instantly. I only touched my phone to document. And I really love having my phone to be able to document. I look back on my Facebook memories when videos come up of the kids and I wish I had done more. And so, you know, I love to be able to document and send it to everybody in the group chat. And I really am just, it's a great fucking reset. And I just am really happy with all of it. I can't wait for Sweetles in another year to be a part of that. He's so funny. He's like, I want to go. So then in a couple years after that, we can add Georgie to the mix. And then I will have achieved my ultimate goal of creating my own friend group. Anyway, it was great. So happy. And it was wonderful. So we didn't talk about that yesterday, but there's that. So that was on Saturday night. On Sunday, I was actually hurting because I was dancing so much. And so what did we do Sunday? We did grocery shopping and a lot of nothing. A lot of laundry, which my dining room table now has all of it on it. And I have to fold it all today. I have to. There's like 5 baskets up there. Well, only the towels have been folded. Okay, so then yesterday we got up, we did our show, we went with Sweetles. It took forever. We had to pick up food for Georgie on the way home from the car dealership, got in the house, barely had time to really do anything because in 45 minutes I had to drive Georgia to work for 5 p.m. So got Georgia to work, came home, barely had time to do anything other than to brush my hair and brush my teeth and prepare my agenda for my Republican Town Committee meeting, which was last night, which actually, so we do this once a month. We usually do it on the first Monday of the month, but I was sick. Actually, several people were sick. So we had to bump it to this Monday. We meet every month. You're only supposed to meet once every quarter, but we are dedicated Republicans and it's an election year. So we meet every month. So we had our meeting last night. It was actually an important one. We had a bunch of things that we actually needed to like really make decisions on and crank out. As I said, it's an election year. So we had some things that we have planned. I'm very actually excited for them. We're hosting a candidates night, meet the candidates night. So if you follow me, you know, we did one in April of this year, and that's for our candidates running for office in town. So our town election is in April, and we held a candidates night in March. For the longest of times, many, many years, 20 years or more, there's always like a candidates night, right? It's like it's not a meet the candidate, it's a meet the candidates night, right? And it's always been, and I've been a candidate 3 times. And so the Democratic Town Committee always hosted it. They ran it, they controlled it, they asked the questions, they did everything. And I would always say, why we got to have another one of these from the Republican perspective, but there was no Republican committee in our town. And when there was, they didn't do it. So, you know, I guess at this point, I think it's safe to say you guys know me. I was like, okay, let's get our committee going. And when we do, our first goal is we're going to do one of these 2. Much to the chagrin of the Democrats, they lost their fucking mind over it. They were like, no, we run the debate thing. And we were like, nope, we can do one too. And when we did it, I was like, we're not going to do it the same way you did because that shit is stale. So I said, we're going to do an event as a town hall style where we put microphones at the bottom of the stage and we let regular people go to the microphone and ask whatever questions they want of the candidate. And the first year we did it was not this April, the April before, and it was a fucking amazing. We did it again this year, and candidates, even on the other side of things who aren't really fans of ours, told us that that was the preferred format. They enjoyed it more than the other one, and that it was very well done. You can watch them, by the way. If you want, you can go on YouTube and you can go to Somerset Access Television and you can type in Town Hall, Somerset Town Hall event. It's in March of this year, and watch our production. I'm so proud of it. It's beautiful. It's great. We are actually looking to do a similar event, but for the candidates running for statewide office. And at the suggestion of my vice chair's husband, so Todd Costa, who's our former chief of police in town, he's on our committee. It was his suggestion that we offer to do it in conjunction with the Democratic Town Committee. I held out. I thought maybe they would do it. And indeed they did. So I reached out to the Democratic Town Committee, the chairman, Jim, and I left him a message and I said, we would like to do this, but let's do it together. Why? We're not going to do two. So let's do it together. And he called me back and he said they would do it. So I would say for the first time ever, the Republican Town Committee and the Democratic Town Committee are going to do a town hall get to know your candidates night together for the people of our community. And we had to finalize some details of that so we can put it all together in an email and then send it over to the Democrats for them to look at. I'm very proud of our committee, who was like unequivocally on board with partnering with the Democrats. I'm proud of the Democratic Town Committee, who recognized that they could work with us and this is what the voters deserve. And I'm really excited to put on a program for voters together. And this is what I do in my spare time. Okay. Hate on it all you want. Which I'm sure you will all figure out a way to do. But I hope your hate for me can be put aside and you can be inspired, haters, to do something in your own community like this. Voting, elections, and candidates are very important. All politics comes down to your local elected officials, and they make differences in your life daily. Your state representatives are literally voting on bills that change your life. And if you don't know who your state rep is, if you don't know who's running for office right now in that category, if you don't know who they're running against, you need to educate yourself on it, because the state representatives have a lot of control. They vote on things. Now, we have a Republican state representative who votes pretty much the way that you want him to, okay? He's against all of the things that we think are absolutely ridiculous, and he is only one of a handful of people. However, so ultimately, what he votes for, what he votes against usually doesn't pass. However, that small group is growing and growing and growing. And I think that is the only way to kind of really make change. I think 10 years, we're going to really see a shift. But it all starts small. So shame on you if you don't know who your state representative is. Shame on you, haters, if you don't know who's running for office right now in your community and who represents you. So get out there and get involved. And I have very lucky. I have many followers who send me messages and say, thanks to you talking about A, B, and C, I actually do know about my politics. I am getting involved. I did reach out to my Republican Town Committee. And that's it. If I've inspired a couple of people to get involved in politics, great. Listen, there is a certain level of ignorance is bliss, and I appreciate that, but I'm not one of those people. So, I'm not happy. It's what I do for fun. I don't know what everybody else's hobbies are. I don't know what hobbies the broken baker has, but my hobbies include politics. It also includes painting beach rocks. I don't know about anybody, but so that's that. Ben Rose is in the chat. Ben Rosa, also his hobby is elections and electing good candidates. So that's what we did last night. We had our meeting. We went and discussed our full agenda. We voted on things. we did everything. It was a very, very productive meeting, actually. Really great. We held it in our old town hall, which I was pushing and pushing and pushing to get open and give access to. And every time we have a meeting, I never forget that we're in a building that literally, like, generations ago, began, the town of Somerset. Our forefathers were there making decisions about our community. And, last night, me and a bunch of my friends were sitting in there making decisions about our community. And that's the kind of shit that I just fucking love. And then, of course, we watered our flowers out front. We admired our bunting and our red, white, and blue lights. And just town hall is just a little gem and whatever. However, I was so distracted. I still have the key right here in my hand. We're supposed to put it in the drop box. And for some reason, it was with my pile of my laptop and my phones. So when we get back to Somerset, we got to go put it in the drop box because it needs to be kept in the library. So there is that. Okay. That. And then I came home, and thankfully Sweetles cooked dinner. He made American chop suey. And then I went upstairs. I was trying to organize and clean my desk in my office because last week I was sick, so it was kind of a mess. And I was like, I've got to get Georgia at midnight, right? Because of course Georgia's working till midnight. We're almost in the clear with those because at least during the week, because school starts next week. And then I started to not feel so great, and I went downstairs and I was going to test the waters. I went downstairs. If Jeff were in the sunroom playing his guitar, I was going to make a case. Could you please go pick up Georgia in 45 minutes? If Jeff was on the couch watching fucking Game of Thrones for the 100th time, there was no chance that man was going to get up and go and get her. And I was just like, let's just go downstairs. Before I did, I went into my bathroom upstairs on the second floor, and I took a peek out the window, and I can see the sunroom out there. The lights were still on, like all the twinkly lights. I was like, ooh, we're close. Now, he may have just forgot to shut them off, but he usually doesn't because he's cheap. So I was like, let's go downstairs. And I went downstairs, and sure enough, he's in the room. He's got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. There's a can of Celsius. And he's got his guitar. And I was like, Mazzer, I would love to be able to take an everything shower right now. And if I do, I'm going to feel rushed because I'd have to leave here in 40 minutes to get Georgia. And he looked at me and he goes, you better not be taking a 40-minute shower. And I went, no. I just mean an everything shower, like where I do my brows and I shave and all, like an everything, it's not an everything shower. And I said, it would be really great if you could go pick up Georgia. And he was like, okay, fine. And I was thrilled. So I went upstairs. I took an everything shower. I cleaned. And then I got in my jammies. And then I went in my room and I sat down and I started reading some news because there were a couple news stories that I was like kind of nagging on me. I really wanted to know what happened to Hayden Panettiere. And then Georgia popped in and she was like, hi. Talked to Georgie for about 15 minutes, played with the dogs, and then I went out for the fucking count. Out for the count. Full day, full hearts, what is it? Full heads, full hands, full hearts, can't lose. What is it? It was a really, really great, busy day, but I paid for it this morning because I'm just so tired. Because I'm just a baby. Now, I did pop into my team chat and I have to check on Spicy Misty. Spicy Misty is full of hatred and disdain for Aiden Carney right now. Spicy Misty really just doesn't like when people are mean to me. And because she knows that I'm just a baby and she just doesn't think that it's deserved. She's really, listen, she's the first one to tell me when I did something and it's my fault or whatever. But Spicy Misty, she just sees shit and she's mad. She's mad and she doesn't like it. And I'm worried about her because she's out here on these YouTube X streets fighting. And I don't want her to do it anymore. I want her, Spicy Misty, I want you to take a break. I want you to mentally reset. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is good. She is the GOAT, 100%. She's the boss. Yes, I know. I know everybody is mad about what Aiden is doing. I understand everybody is angry and everybody is mad. Can I just say one thing? Well, let's go back to the Spicy Misty thing. I want Spicy Misty to take a break. I am super fine. Spicy needs Cations. No, there's no Cations from the life that she lives. There's absolutely not. She's just really, she's upset. She's very upset. She saw it coming. She predicted it. It doesn't really make sense. Aiden's doing it really doesn't. I don't know whatever. I don't know. We could dissect it for ages. He should really be focusing on himself. And his, whatever's going on with him and his cases. But, I'm trying not to take it too seriously. I am, again, like, my life is my life. You know what I mean? Believed and received, you have a fake picture. We don't even know who you are. Nobody can come into this right now because we have trust issues. So, can I just say something? You don't put yourself in harm's way out here. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Actually, I think he's showing everyone what his true intent is. Listen, I have no doubt that this is just to, like, get rid of me. It's just get rid of me. Get me out of here. I see a lot of really great comments. People are writing and kind of like explaining their take on it. I think it's a combination of all major trust issues. Yes, Moons, we do. Especially when I see fucking Dr. Jill out here fucking talking shit about me out in the YouTube streets. Jill, what are you doing? What the fuck? He's fighting for his life pours. I don't know what he's doing. I have no idea why he's doing this. No idea. Who's part of your team right now? What? Nobody even. Oh, whatever. Anyway. So I want Spicy Misty to make sure she's okay. And there's that. I just wanted. It's been intense. I always knew she could handle everything else that was going on. She never really took these people seriously. Aiden, she has a different. Whatever. Aiden has done this over and over again. He enjoys hurting others. I know, but Jesus Christ. It's wild. So I do want to mention something. I don't know exactly what. It's not that I don't pay attention. I pay attention more now than I ever have. If I'm being honest, I'm watching more shows and more clips of things than I ever have because I kind of felt like I was putting myself at like a disadvantage by not. So I am trying very hard. And with that being said, things move very quickly. And if you kind of step away for a minute, you kind of miss some stuff. So I don't know exactly what's going on with Valhalla and J7. Is she here? Like, I don't know what's going on. Now, I know that J7 kind of was friendly with Valhalla before, right? During the Baker days, or whatever. And I have maintained from the very beginning, prior to any of this shit, I always said I kind of had no issues with Valhalla. He seemed like a fucking decent guy. I will say, like, you got Baker, you got Expert, and you got Valhalla, right? Those are like the three guys. Like, I always viewed Valhalla as being like the normal guy. You know, he spoke normal. He kind of spoke in like the things, the way he talked. It all just kind of like there was absolutely no reason to fucking hate on Valhalla, in my opinion, right? And then I learned that Valhalla was a veteran, and I was like, you know how I feel, like 100% respect for this man. So that was basically the only baseline I had. That's all I had, or whatever. Then when he originally messaged me and he was like, hey, I was on a show and he was like, hey, I just want to come to you first. I'm asking this question about, the veterans donation or whatever. I emailed him like during the show very quickly. But I also didn't even hate that he did that. I thought like he's coming to me and he's asking me a question. Like that's more than what anybody else would do. Still totally okay in my book. Right. And then this was the very early days of like the donation situation where I wasn't taking it seriously. Well, I mean, why would I? It's not like it would turn into a whole thing. And so still like no issues with Valhalla. Even when he was out there doing the stuff and saying I stole all this stuff, I always handled Valhalla with kid gloves because he's a veteran. And I understand there are people that can put that aside. And I have seen lately more than anything, the rhetoric that just because you're a veteran doesn't mean that you get a free pass to be like a bad person. Well, it would probably take far more, like kind of like drilling that into my brain for me to ever really accept that or act that way because I just can't do it. My father, we all know, was a Purple Heart veteran. He's a Vietnam veteran. And there are a lot of people that didn't like the way my father talked and my father acted and including family members and things like that. And I am very sorry, but I felt everything that my father did and how he acted was attributed to the fact that he like killed people in wartime and that his friends died and that he was shot. Yeah, I really did believe that a Purple Heart basically excused my father from everything. And my father's a Purple Heart recipient. And I really do believe that what comes along with that Purple Heart is a lot of fucking trauma that nobody else could understand unless they themselves went through it. And so, yes, I really do feel that veteran status gives you a blanket pass on everything. I understand people are saying that that's not the case. And then they're saying with Valhalla, it's the same thing. You cannot convince me any differently. Now, I don't know anything about Valhalla's service. I don't know where he served. I don't know what he did, but I believe he is a combat veteran. And unfortunately for everybody who is like on Team Jessica here, I will never say a bad word about Valhalla. Now, when he was doing this stuff, I was saying shit like, sir, you've got this wrong, right? And then there was this whole screenshot that they sent out. It was again around the time where they're moving the goalpost. You show us your receipt, show us all the stuff. I do this like terrible. God, I look like shit in it. I wish I had done something to my face. I do this thing. I bring all this stuff up. That's should be more than enough. It was over the stuff, and it seemed like it was good. Then they moved the goalpost again and they put up a fake screenshot. Then we uncovered that it's a fake screenshot. I have to take the time to put this screenshot up against the real one and do like some sort of clinic on it. And then I never even watched it, but I heard or was told he acknowledged that he believed me and that the screenshot was wrong. Nobody was admitting where they got it from or anything like that. And I was just like, okay, we're done. Thank fucking God. All that time, I still maintained a ton of respect for Valhalla. And I would venture to say, I have never gone at him. There's somebody in the chat that has like a moment where I said something like, listen, I didn't deliberately with no context say anything bad about Valhalla. I maintained he got this wrong. I told him that he had fake fucking screenshots of shit. All of this stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I guess basically what I'm saying here is I 100% felt like things changed again after he said he was good. Nothing changed. There was no new anything. He just came back, threw out how he was saying like everything was all set, started back up again while I was on vacation. And this has continued. And then there's a video that he put out. I've never seen it. That got hyped all the way to #1. I think it just says Jess Machado stole or whatever. Like, I got an email from someone and it was basically like, why aren't you saying anything about Valhalla? Why aren't you going after this guy? Why aren't you like, I don't know if this is going to be enough to satisfy anybody. I am just not doing it. That's it. So he can ramp it all back up again. They can come up with a whole new thing. They can bring out a whole new thing that they've done. He can do a stream on me every day. Like, I'm not going to do it. And the person who sent me the email is somebody who I know. It's like not a burner account or whatever. Like, it's a person. And I was just like, so, I'm sure they're listening right now. I mean, no disrespect to the person that sent me that. And then, like, not only that, but I'm also asking for, like, my followers to not say or go after Valhalla. I normally don't do that. I normally don't tell people. I'm just saying that he is a veteran. He served in wartime. And I just think that those people are built different. And I don't know if he has PTSD. I don't know if he's on full disability from the government. I don't know anything about him. There's nothing that's going to change my like makeup of my brain that just is so, I feel a certain way about veterans. I understand. I understand. I understand. I understand. See, I mean, like, these are people like Lauren, Jess, like, I totally, um, he's crowdfunding to come to Massachusetts to beat people up after he gets his wife's permission. What? What do you mean he's coming to fight my husband? What are you talking about? My husband doesn't even know who he is. He wants to come up and meet with Jeff and Jack. Okay, this sounds like something that I can't discuss online. What are you talking about? My husband watched your show last night. What happened? See, here I am, like, going up. What did I miss? Jeff was in J7's chat last night. He was on a stream and he made a comment about beating people up. Okay. He wants money to come to Massachusetts to go to Aiden's court date. Valhalla called Jeff a deadbeat dad. He said he wants to fight him. He went after Kane's mom. He went after Kane. He went after me. He went after you. Okay. I'm just reading the comments right now. Well, here's what I can say to that. If Valhalla comes up here for Aiden's court case, he's not going to see my husband because Jeff does not care about those things. So how now do I feel about, my thing here is, I know a lot of people aren't in the same scenario as me because you are all at home and nobody knows like who you are or whatever. But like, I worry about people who have the potential to be violent. I worry about people who have PTSD, especially related to, wartime and things like that. Like, I worry about that. I recognize that those people can be like exceptionally violent. And so like, I'm tempering the waters here because I don't want to like walk around and like have to worry about someone who has like a potential to be violent. So, like that's how I was feeling. And now you guys are telling me now all of this other stuff. It really doesn't change anything. I don't want to fuck with a person that is like unwell mentally. I don't want to fuck with a person like that. Like, do you know what I mean? Because that's stupid. And by the way, does anybody know anything about this man? Do any of you know anything about him? Why is he saying things like there's a reason why the government, keeps me away from people? Those are like some weird things here. It could all not be true, but does anybody know this person? Does anybody know anything about him? Like, why are we just taking everything for face value here? And well, I think because we have no choice, but there's just some shit I don't fuck with, and it's vets. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fuck with veterans. I understand it. I just don't think if that makes me like I don't understand. I understand like there's a see. This is I shouldn't have read the chat because it's very much aligned with what the email I got. I'm not. I got an email from a follower that was basically like talking about why I'm not addressing Valhalla in the video, and I should start talking about him, and he's doing all these things against me, and I virtually ignored him, and why aren't I saying anything? And I'm like, I maintain, and I'm saying it here, is that I know a lot of people say veteran status doesn't just give you like a blanket pass, but like for me it does. So that's kind of why you haven't seen me say or do anything. I've made fun of the expert. I've made fun of Baker or whatever. Valhalla is in a different category. I don't know if I can ever change that. So anyway, I was just addressing that here. He's blocked on my chat, I believe. So I never see anything. I don't have him. I can't see him anywhere. As a matter of fact, like one time he was on Lauren's show, and when I came on and Lauren was sending me a link, and it was Valhalla that was sending the link, but I couldn't see it because I have him blocked. So I just don't, you know what I mean? So I'm just addressing it. I think it's obvious to some people that I haven't addressed him or whatever. And it really just comes down to that, and that's it. And I understand like a lot of people, Valhalla is basically threatening you and your family. I think he needs help, but Baker is pushing Valhalla right off the edge of sanity. But again, we know what's up. I don't know. My husband was in the Army, and I think my husband and I are on the same page with some stuff. Like first of all, my husband doesn't know who he is, Valhalla is. And, I know like my husband was upset about like the accusations about the, uh, donation to the veterans place or whatever. And he's made his statements about that. But I also know how my husband feels about the military and things like that. So I'm not sure he would ever say anything. I'm sure he would shake his hand. And my husband has never said anything about Valhalla, I guess, if I'm correct. I think he's just had some choice words about Aiden. I don't know. I didn't know that my husband was in J7's chat last night. I wasn't watching J7. I was at my meeting, and then I came home. I was doing the things. I understand I understand that. Who's more focused on Kane? Valhalla? Jesus. Anyway, that's it. I just was going to address that. We are at Trop Smoothie. Can we go in and order an acai bowl, please? it will heal me. All right, let's go inside. Just mind your business for a minute or two. That wasn't a very good parking space, Jessica. You're kind of across the line. Jesus, what's wrong with you? Oh, Jesus. Good morning. How are you? Can I do an acai bowl with Nutella? Could you add peanut butter to that for me? And could you do no blueberries? That's it. Jessica. Okay. I don't need a receipt. Thank you. All right, there's no one in here, so we'll be in and out fast. We'll take this home and eat it. We're not going to eat it here. All right. So that's that one thing I just wanted to say. What is the other thing? I almost can't look at Jolene the same way because I've uncovered that she attended a No Kings rally, and I've instantly put her into a category of like that last year with Jeff. We were unexpectedly thrust in the middle of a No Kings rally, and I just think that there's like a certain level of delusion that occurs in those, equally on the far right side of things. Like I have seen and been at Trump rallies that can be patriotic, but there's always that crazy far right facet, which just makes it so fucking uncomfortable and weird. To see that Jolene is a part of that other far left side of things, you know, holding signs about Trump being a rapist and stuff like that. Like, I don't even look at her the same. I wish I had seen that photo right at the beginning when Jolene started targeting me. I mean, using me for views. I mean, making money off of me. I wish I had seen that because it would have saved me some like anguish where I was just like, oh my God, like this lady, you know what I mean? Like, she's kind of got a big platform and she's like, seeing her holding a No King sign healed me. Like, whatever, lady. Like, you are now in a completely different category. And so thrive, make the money and get the views. So that's that. Let's see. What else do we need to talk about? What else is going on? Somebody sent me a message this morning and said Baker did a show this morning and he's so angry and he's so mad. Like, what's it about? We'll go over it when we get home. We'll go in the home studio and let's just drop my glasses. We'll pull it up on the screen. We're traveling right now. So hold on. Food is already done. I can see it. Hold on. Thanks a lot. Have a good day. We have to move our parking space because there's then we will get in the studio. We're not going to be able to do a long show today. Because today we have to handle Sweetle's car sitch. I am going to go test drive a vehicle because we're going to trade this car in. So a couple of things are happening. So this place does not take trades where Jack got his car. So Jack's car, which is a Mazda hatchback, I don't even know what kind it is or whatever. That car, they will not take it as a trade. Jack wanted to get some cash for it. So his dad's mechanic friend, go ahead. Fucking weirdo. His dad's mechanic friend offered to give him $500 for it. And I said, you know what? We technically own it. It's in our name because when Jack got it, he was under 18 or he was just 18. We pay the insurance. So I said, I'll just give you the 500 for it. So I gave Jack 500, which covered his taxes for his vehicle. And we're just going to keep it as a second car for us. So for people who don't know anything about our life, I'll share it. Jeff has a company car, a company truck, which he can use if he needs to. Like, it's nice to have a truck because, you know, if you find some furniture that you want to get, Jeff can pick it up. But he only uses that for work. Or if he like needs to run to the store, he'll use it. But Jeff doesn't like using the company truck at all. He'd prefer not to use it at all whatsoever. So he has that. And then I have our Jeep. This car is like Jeff and I share it. But again, he has a work car. We're going to keep the Mazda for Jeff for a car for himself, like just to put around and stuff like that. Remember when I said I made money, there'd be signs? There's the sign. We're giving Jeff a beater car. So he has a car to like go around and whatever. I don't know what Jeff does when he goes out there. He smokes cigarettes. He listens to Blink 182 and he goes and gets town trash bags and like just fucking drives around. Who knows what Jeff does? But he can do that in that car. And it's kind of funny because I said to him yesterday, I said, we've only just had one car for a very, very long time. COVID, really, like that's when we stopped having two cars. So I said to him, he was asking how everything went with the car. And I told him, and I said, so Meows, I gave Jack 500 for the Mazda, and I'm just going to give you the car and you can have it. And my husband was like, what? And I said, yeah, I just gave him the 500 for it and we'll just keep it as it is. Like it costs barely anything to insure it. And, when we get his car, he'll just clean it out and give you the keys and it's good to go. It just got inspected and whatever. And Jeff was like, that is like the best thing ever. He's like, thank you so much. It's like, you're welcome, Meowser. You are very welcome. So everybody wins. So Jeff will have his own fucking beater car, which will have like 50 empty cans of Celsius in the back of it, I'm sure. And then he said, well, if that's the case, he's like, you can maybe pick a little bit more what kind of car you want for the main car. And that was pretty much it. Say no more, Meowsertino. I have one in my sights. I have one in my sights. But still pre-owned. It's still old, but still whatever. He just doesn't. He's happy. Jeff is thrilled that he just got a 15-year-old car for himself. We are rich, bitch. This is it. This is thriving in Jessica's America. This is it. Whatever it is, take it, bottle it up, sell it. Thriving. Peak adulthood, 2 cars in our family. We used to have 2 cars back when I wasn't sick and I worked at Bank of America and Meowser worked for his company. We had 2 cars. Relax. Anyway, it seems a little excessive. We really don't need it, but I knew it was going to make Meowser happy. So that's it. And then that kind of just like freed. And then I sent them a link to the car and I was like, hey, what do you think of this one? And he was like, Jessica. He's like, Jessica. And I said, Jeffrey, it is still old. It's not old. It's like a 2017. It's 2018. And our payment will only go up like $20 a week total. That's all extra it will cost you. So I don't know. I want to go take a look at it. We'll see. Kind of contradicts how I was like, things don't matter, but also like maybe a nice car does matter a little bit. Does it matter if it's still old? Like if it's a 2018 and it's got 90,000 miles on it and my payment goes from 400 to like 500 a month, is that being a consumer? Would people who don't like me consider me to be a hypocrite if I do this? Answer the question. I'll leave it to the chat. I'll let the chat decide. What if it gets repoed again? What if I can't? What if they succeed in taking down my channel and I can't make the payment anymore? Ugh. Stresses me out. It's honestly, it's just, well, first of all, it's no different. I'm in the same situation. I have a car and a car payment. I don't know. You know what? I would like to ask Aiden, what do you do when you worry that you are going to go to jail and you're not out doing, do you worry about being able to pay the bills and if you go to jail and you aren't working and your channel isn't generating income? What is his plan? I'm wondering how he justifies like anything that he does, or maybe he doesn't get coffee every day and saves his money so that it's all ready to go, so that when he falls on hard times, like he has a safety net. I don't know. I should ask him. What are you doing, pal? What's your plan to protect your family and everybody when you aren't earning income? I don't know. You will never know. Everything is paid in cash. Who cares what they say? We'll see. I don't know. So anyway, today we have to call the dealership for Jack. One of the things that I am loving right now is that, what is this man doing? Oh my God. There's another homeless man on the side of the road at this stoplight, and he's like throwing trash all over, like deliberately with aggression. He's got a cane. Now he's walking over to cars, but I just saw him throwing trash everywhere. And there's another one on this corner. None of these people have the sad face of the man that I saw before. You actually look, I can't get into this. I gotta get out of the city. It's not good for my heart. That's when we know we've made it. What? How will we know that we've made it? The dream is to get Jessica and Elise. We are not there yet. We're not there yet. I have a plan. We have the plans. All right, sorry. We were just kind of monitoring all of the people wandering around near my vehicle at this stoplight, but we're about to get on the highway. So we're safe from whatever that all was. I don't know, like that guy was throwing trash around. It makes me feel like he's a little unhinged. I don't want to be around that. You know? So I had my head on a swivel. who wants to be around what's going on over there? You will never ever know. Poors, I'm fighting for my life. Poors. Freedom is being debt free. We can't talk about money. It stresses everybody out when we talk about money. Let's just relax. Everybody relax. No more discussing my life. I may buy a new car. I may trade this one in and go get into another car that's a little bit newer, that's in a little bit better shape. This one needs some work. We don't know exactly what's going on there. And for a small amount more money, I might trade it in. It's regular, everyday people shit. It might be time to upgrade my vehicle from this one, which I absolutely love and adore, which was how they took my car that was in repo and took that car, paid that off, and essentially got me out of that situation. So this car was the best thing because it kind of like got that whole situation handled. And at the time, what this car was almost didn't matter. I've never driven a Jeep. I'm not really a fan of Jeeps. And it did its job. It had under 100,000 miles on it. Jeff liked the way it looked. I didn't even see this car when I purchased it. I literally just found it online. My friend Jeff owns the dealership. And I said, I'm sending my husband to come buy this car. He came and he picked up the Sonata, the Hyundai. People love Hyundais. That's not my car of choice. My car of choice is Volvos, by the way, which Jeff will not let me buy. So that's out of the question. And so this car has been a wonderful car to us for a year, almost exactly a year. And I'm very happy that we got it. And it also allowed us to work on improving our credit over the past year. But before things start really going wrong with this car, it's a good opportunity to turn it in. So that's the plan. But I go back to where my friend is, Prestige. There's another homeless man out on the corner. I'm not quite yet out of Fall River, as you can tell. So here we go again. So I think this guy has on Meta glasses. What the fuck? Okay. So anyway, with that being said, I just feel like I don't want to deal with whatever's going on with this car. There's also now some water in the door on this car on the left, on the driver's side. Sounds like there's some leaks that are getting in here. It's time to just say thank you. So anyway, I want to go look at, it's just a BMW SUV. It's white and it has a moonroof and it has like the tan leather seats. It's so pretty. It's old though. It's old. It's 2017, 2018. I just want to go drive it. Maybe I'll just feel better when I drive it. They have another Jeep Cherokee identical to this one. It's 2 years newer. It's like a 2019. And it's actually going to be the same as the BMW, but it'll be cheaper to fix if anything goes wrong. So that's probably what we're going to get. But a girl can just dream a little bit. And we're going to go try it. I don't know. I just want to go drive it. So that's, I've had several BMWs in the past, actually, that have given me no issues and no problems. So I'm in the demographic of people that have always had a really great experience with BMWs. My BMW was like still putting around Fall River not too long ago. So I get everybody's going to absolutely say no to whatever. Don't worry, we're going to get the sensible vehicle, but whatever. I'm fighting for my life, poors. Either way, we've got to get Sweetles into his vehicle, get that done, and then I've got to get mine done. I can't be driving around with this clanking thing going on it. And this is not the kind of vehicle that I'm going to like repair or invest anything in. So I've got to get moving on it. It's just, these things are just happening at just like a really tough time right now. It's back to school. Georgie's going back to school, senior year. So we've got to do all of the things for that as well. She starts school next week, next Thursday. So we've got all of that going on. Go ahead. You can go in front of me. It's fine. So we're heading home. I don't know how it's going to work. I have to eat my acai bowl. I need to just get like this food in my system. So I don't know how we'll do that. We'll go up to the office and maybe we'll play like somebody stream. What stream should I play and do some commentary on today? I heard Bus Stop Live yesterday was fucking nasty and mean. What is out there that we need to discuss? Is there something that needs to, so that I can maybe eat my breakfast with the camera off and then we can kind of talk and go over things? What's going on over here? Oh boy. Oh. All right, we're almost home. So another thing that's happening is I'm passing it right now. There's a property over here. It's the site of Montauk Power Plant. It's on Riverside in Somerset. And there is a battery storage facility that is being used for the site. And, you know, with my fellow Republicans, we were talking last night and, you know, I said, I don't know a lot about this proposal. I don't know, where are we at? Is it already passed the zoning board and then it goes to the planning board? Like, where are we with this? And Chief Costa was like, I am surprised that you don't know. And I know everything. I know everything that goes on in my town, in my community. I pay attention to local politics and things. I used to look at agendas. There's something about battery storage and data centers. Number one, they're not attractive to talk about or learn about. That's the first thing, right? It's like, it's technology that I don't even partake in. You know, I don't have a Tesla. I don't know a lot about it. Okay. So maybe that's the best way to say it. I don't know a lot about it. And it's not sexy or attractive topics. So data centers and battery storage, I'm a girl. I'm just not into it. I don't know. Two, any type of conversation about it, it's really kind of complicated. And I don't know all the facts. Third, I can't really find a place to get all the facts. If I start looking at battery storage, I see a lot of people that say there's nothing wrong with it. My husband has been in an adjacent industry for years, and he has seen these things happening across the state for a while now. And if you talk to my husband, there's really no issues with battery storage, right? However, I'm not sure. There's a lot of people that are against battery storage. So last night, you know, I have a person on my committee that has been attending these meetings and watching everything that goes on. And I said, you know, what can we expect? Does it make a sound? And he's like, yeah, it makes a sound. And I said, okay, I'm about 2.1 miles away from this. What's this going to be like for me? And he's like, you might hear it. And I'm like, what? Like, what's going to happen? Am I too close where this is going to impact my home value? Like now I guess I have to stop paying attention. Now, according to them, they don't think it's going to pass the Board of Health and the Planning Board. But I don't know. So I need to educate myself on this a little bit because I'm just not paying attention, which is very much unlike me. There's also a thing happening in our town where they want to close one of our elementary schools, South Elementary. It's one of the original schools in our community. Jack and George's grandmother attended that school. I have photos from inside in the 50s, 40s rather. It's just very sad that they are, you know, moving towards the state concept, which is closing all neighborhood schools, right? As many as you can, and just having one big elementary school in a community. Now, we are a very small town. We have 18,000 people. We're in coastal New England. Um, our schools are old. They have been around for 50, 60, 70 years. They have been slightly maintained, but they're not modern. So what do you do? Do you look at a property that's valued at $1 million and invest $2 million into it just to keep a neighborhood school because people like schools that you can be in the neighborhood? Listen, I'm a nostalgic bitch, right? And so I think like neighborhood schools where kids used to walk home for their lunch, you hear people say those are the things of the past or whatever. But why are they a thing of the past? Why is the modernization, in case like these people can't figure it out, right? The boomers, the baby boomers that are making decisions right now, there is a shift happening, right? Already in my life, it's too late for me to like really kind of go full into it. But there is a shift happening with a lot of kids that I have, right? My children's age, where they are really resisting everything that like they are been forced on the fast track to do because they are unhappy about the costs and everything that like they're being worked to death to afford the life that basically, the boomers have basically made us think is like what our kids should have. And now I can tell you this, like, yes, my oldest children, my oldest daughter has done that. She went to college, she got a master's degree, she got a job, she bought a home, she got married or whatever. Yes. But when you talk to them, they don't want this life. They want a simpler life. They want more money in their pocket so they can go more places and travel and do more things. They are already talking about not staying here, which I never thought would happen. They are thinking of like eventually moving out of state. That is crazy for me because I never thought that they would do it. Jack and Georgia are a little bit further, ahead in that concept where they've already said like this is not feasible. These kids, my 3 children, do not want to live this life. They don't want to do it. They want a simpler life. They want more money in their pocket. They want to be able to travel. They want to be able to not be held down to these jobs to like my son just wants to play his guitar. My daughter wants chickens. Julia wants to travel. And these kids recognize that right now, currently, whether it's Massachusetts because it's ahead of the curve, but eventually every state will be like this. This shit needs to fucking change. These kids don't want AI. Jack hates my songs because I use AI. My son and my daughter and Julia also has never used it. They do not use AI. They won't use it. They won't use it. So I don't know why these boomers are like on this like fucking hell path where like this is what they want. These kids are going to start resisting. They are not going to do it. They're not giving up their happiness for any shit like this. I am telling you, this is a very different generation. Very different generation. And I think that people like my mother's age, right? Like they don't see that. They don't see it. And maybe people my age don't see it because they aren't like slowed down the way that I am, right? Like, there are people my age that are married to the game and they're out there, whatever. Like, but don't tell me they don't feel it. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, it's not, these kids don't want it. These kids do not want it. And it's not just my kids. Like talking to look at my daughter's friend. She's like, I want to get married. I want to have babies. I'm willing to move out of this state and go look for my husband because I would like to be a housewife and I can't find a husband up here. So I don't know what that place is. I don't know where people are going to carve out their space or whatever, but granted, do I think that maybe, there's something to be said for this and my point of view that my children feel this way because of who I am, right? I never bought into all of that shit, but I don't know. We're all about vibes and feelings and memories and shit. We're not about stuff, as I tell you that I'm going to go look at a BMW SUV. I'm really not. I'm in a pre-owned sweatshirt, if that matters to anybody, that I got at Savers. So a little bit of a off topic conversation this morning. Let's gather our items. Let's go in the house. We have to see if Jeff called the vet. He's not here. So he went to go to a site inspection. So Jeff is not here. Don't know if I got a text from him. Maybe he did text me. I have no idea. Hello, dogs. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hi, doggies. Come on, Quince. Quince? Quincy. Quincy. Mom, keep an eye on Quincy. He's sick. So he's got to go to the vet. He's got diarrhea. So I don't know if you got in the trash upstairs or something. You know what I mean? I have no idea. All right. Let's head upstairs. Good morning, birdies. Oh, that's Reagan. Hi, Jack. Hello? Hi. I'm not going to get the BMW. Can I go drive it? We're going to switch over to the laptop. Stand by. Can I also say something? I saw somebody make a comment with the pictures of me from going out this weekend. Like, I don't know who had it or whatever. It might have been my video that I posted. Who knows? And somebody said, oh, perfect. Oh, great email to open up my laptops to. Okay, perfect. Okay. Somebody's like, oh, not that white and black polka dotted shirt again. How many fucking times what do you wear a shirt one time and that's it? It's like this person's mad at me that first of all, I got a shirt from Amazon for like $19. I was going to wear it to court. I didn't go to court, so I wore it for a show. And then I wore it out on Saturday night. What? I'm sorry. Do you only wear a shirt one time? Like, let that be known. I have a sweatshirt on right now. I don't know when I wore it, but it was on a live stream recently. I've got it on again because I wear shirts more than once. Come on in. Good morning. Yes. Well, I've only been on since I started a little late. Well, are you going to give the guy a call? He's at the auction until 11. Okay. So first of all, give me 1 second. Hold on, everybody.
Okay, good morning. Can you guys hear me? I just switched over from my phone to my laptop. Let me know if you can. It's a little chaotic here right now. Can you guys hear me? Okay, perfect. Hi. Okay. All right, Jack is doing some calls to the dealership. He has to do that. He's not in a great mood. I need to eat my breakfast. What's happening? Fill me in. Now I can see the screen. What's going on? Well, let's open my phone and see if I got a call for a text from Yowzer. Because he was supposed to call the vet. Let's see if he got that done. Oh my God, 48 messages right now. Oh my God, Jeff was in the chat. People are sending me pictures of Jeff being in the chat last night. It's an honor to be talked about on the lowest rated shows in Tennessee and Denmark. I didn't realize that he was in her chat. Somebody sent me a message and said, 5 minutes I watched of Baker's show this morning. He is big mad. Wait, what are these? I have a pores emoji. Oh my God. Not emoji, like a picture. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. And then also, what does this message say? Oh, this is a transcript to Baker's chat, his thing this morning. No, he's big, big mad. Why? What's he mad about? Okay, pores. Play pores and eat a bit. Everybody is requesting it anyway. How can you be requesting pores again? We just listened to it. He's mad about this. Oh, J7 got the views and he's mad? No. Oh, he's so angry. Ugh. Is he ragey angry? Do we want to listen to it? Can we do it while I'm eating? I know we normally wouldn't, but I want it finished. I got to eat my breakfast. Can we do it? Do you mind? Does anybody mind? Let me just pull out. Hold on. We're going to X out all of this stuff because there's a lot of stuff that's open from last night. I got to get better at that.
And yeah, anyway.
So you're just driving around in your car?
I can't wait to read the chat when we get back. I'm back in the center Holden right now. I'll be back in my house in a couple of minutes. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, you guys can block Wizard, whoever that is.
So you're you're driving around
you're
driving around in your car just talking?
All right. Here's the thing about the mod. It's like it's like weird. Like it's not like a job. So I can't be like, you have to be there for every stream. But we kind of need some mods there to like control the whatever.
What?
You know what I mean? Did you forget the Cryford farted? No, I remembered that. I saw Jimmy sing a song today about
Is all
DLT.
is it all you
Pretty
do
funny.
is you just
Play
you
some
just
of
drive
that.
around in
Let's
your
see.
car and talk? Weird. Okay. And it's not even good quality. Look, let me give you a hint. Shut the camera off. Jolene gave me some shit. I'm like, oh, you don't even go on your camera. I'm not putting on camera that I'm driving my car. Maybe you think I am, but I'm not. We're not doing that. Shut the camera off. Don't do that. All right, let's go check out and see. Let's go here. What is there to see though? Let's go here. Let's go here. Oh, he's doing a thing. All right, Comedy Hour Massachusetts style. Oh, it's members only.
Hello and welcome.
All right. It's members only. We can't do anything with that. It's 10:30, right on the nose. Guess what that means? The mailman's here. Guess what's happening? Reagan's losing his shit. Call their touches. Can somebody take over while I'm here? Here. Who wants to come up? I want to eat my breakfast. Somebody want to take over? J7, cam up. You don't have to cam up. I don't want to ask Moonsy if she's not like ready, but can I eat my breakfast? J7, can you give us an explanation of what's going on in these YouTube streets? Perfect. You want to be cammed? You don't have to put your cam on if you don't want to, Queenie. You can just do a little face emoji if you want to. It's up to you. J7's backstage. She's coming. I don't eat my breakfast. And this time, I will deliberately give her my platform to talk. Unlike the fucking Sunday stream where I was doing my oyster shells. And it was just kind of like a off the cuff, like, let's go, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, let's go. I was doing my oyster shells. And it was just kind of like a off the cuff, like, let's go, blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. You have to mute it because we can hear us talk. Off the cuff, like,
Sorry, hold on.
blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. You have to mute.
What am I new here?
Oh, act like you've been here before. Like it's hard.
Christ. Good morning.
Good. Good morning. What's going on? What am I missing? Fill me in.
Well, the boys are big mad.
Why now?
Well, so what happened is 2 nights ago, Valhalla came into Kate and I's chat. We think
Okay.
drunk as a skunk because he couldn't spell anything correctly.
Okay.
And went off on us. So we were reviewing Baker crying. That stream from
Okay.
Friday.
Yep.
Because if everyone remembers, Baker forced Ray to cancel my interview with him because Baker has been systematically trying to silence me and keep me off the internet. That's the theme.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then we're reviewing that. Valhalla comes in, starts talking a bunch of shit. And our chat, we called them the sickos, ran him right out, showed him the door. So he made his way over to Aiden's stream where he was then wrenched up. And just so everyone understands, they call Valhalla the wrench collector. He does that so that he has access to everyone's chat logs to use it against them in the future. So just be aware of that. I don't know why Aiden would give an unstable goat man something like that, but sure. Good luck with that. That is when the stolen in our chat, when he came into Kane and I's chat, the stolen valor Hala hashtag emerged because he was talking so much shit, and we said, how dare you accuse Jess Machado of stealing from veterans? She's provided the receipts. And then Kane started making jokes about, like, where's the receipts of you getting blown up, buddy? You have all your appendages. Can we see a receipt? We were joking.
I don't know if I agree with that, but go ahead, keep going.
Fair enough. I'll blame Kane on that. I would never joke about such a thing. Then he goes to Aiden's stream, gets wrenched. Then he goes over to Baker's. By the time he gets to Baker's, he's snorting Yingling out of his nose. Then he goes in on you, me. We're both fat cunts, okay?
Okay.
You've stolen. I need a straitjacket. Fuck Kane's mother. Fuck Kane. He hopes we die a painful death. But he can't take a joke. Then expert shows up. And then they get into Jeff. And the threat he made against Jack was a couple of weeks ago, but he said something about putting rocks in a sock and going after Jack. Didn't appreciate that. Then he called Jeff a deadbeat dad and said this man said he's going to do everything in his power to come to support his buddy Aiden, who he doesn't know. And by everything in his power, he means everything except use his own money because he's crowdfunding it. He has no intention of coming to support Aiden. What he wants to do is come step to us and throw hands. I know that because he said it in my chat the night before.
Wait, like, all right, let's pause for a second. I don't mean to like disrupt the flow. Do you really think that this man is going to come to my home, like to my physical home?
No.
Okay. I just want to make sure nobody is like thinking that that's what's going to happen.
No, I think that he's hunting down my insurance license, which is 1892943. I'll make it easy for you, buddy. They're going after me. They're going to go after me.
They don't have to physically be here to go after you. That's something he can do like on the internet. Correct. So let's play devil's advocate here. Say he does want to come up for the first time ever to Aiden's trial, right? This is the trial. So maybe all of these other things weren't worthy. Maybe this is the thing that he feels like he needs to be up here for. That's a good thing. Like let's play devil's advocate. He wants to come up and support Aiden. Will has come up and supported Aiden. So now Valhalla wants to do it. That's fine.
So then when he explicitly says he's going to do a give, send, go to raise the money to come up here, but then he's going to actually make the goal way higher because he needs bail money.
Wait, he said that?
Hmm? Well, he didn't explicitly say that it's the veiled threat. It's part of the veiled threat that he's making.
My husband isn't going to go to Aiden's hearings or his trial.
I don't think that. Jeff, don't even bother with this Jamook. He raises goats for a living. He has dreadlocks. He has a gross beard. It's not worth our time. Except for, I totally forgot that back in December, Baker did a fundraiser for Valhalla.
Why?
He was having
Why?
He had a protracted probate thing that was going on for 8 years. And Valhalla.
What? Wait, explain that. What is that?
Either his uncle or his dad passed away, and there was a problem settling the estate. So it had gone on for 8 years, and Valhalla needed to raise money to pay the state attorney to settle it. And it was really upsetting for him and everything. And I
know you're glazing over that, but I don't understand. Why would he need to pay money to settle an estate?
Because it was in dispute.
What was the dispute?
I don't really remember. I don't think the will was clear. Like either there was no will, whatever. He was getting screwed. He claims something to the effect of he was getting screwed out of whatever he was meant to inherit.
Did he ever inherit it?
I don't know. I never followed up. I took him at his word because at the time Baker and I were close, and that was Baker's close friend. And so the goal that day was to get 7,500. And it was already at 6,000 or something. So I gave $1,200 that day to Valhalla.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm. Totally forgot until I went back and looked at the stream yesterday. And this man is out here calling me a psychotic cunt.
What?
Mm-hmm. So now I will look into the probate case. I will see where the money went.
Like he needed to hire an attorney so he could eventually get his.
It had been going on 8
portion?
years. Yes. So it had been going on 8 years. My understanding is like another relative, and I might be wrong, like another relative was disputing the assets, and it had been gone on and on for 8 years. And I think it left Valhalla in debt or something. Like it was something that was causing him a tremendous amount of grief and stress.
Okay.
I remember. I'd have to look back into it. I mean, at that point, Baker and I were so close. He said, "This is my best friend and he needs help." And so I helped.
That's fine. I'm just wondering, was it resolved? Did he get the end result that he wanted? I'm just curious. I mean, if you're out here and you're asking people for money and people are donating, I'm just wondering, like, what's exactly did people donate to?
I certainly hope. I wouldn't wish that he was it was like horrible for him. So I certainly hope it was resolved. I don't think we've heard much about it, but it sounds like maybe we need to do a little journalism.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disrupt you again, but you just said something. And I'm just asking, like, let's get a little bit of an explanation.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought it never crossed my. I always thought Valhalla, of the three of them, Expert, Baker, and Valhalla, I thought Valhalla was the best one.
I agree.
I no longer think that.
Well,
and for the record, nobody is really questioning his service. We appreciate his service. We're making jokes at his expense because it's the only way we can rebut what he's saying that is not a joke. He's not joking. We are. That's the difference.
Right. Maybe he is, though. I don't know him well enough. I don't know.
You have to watch they went a little bananas.
Last night?
Was it? No, because Kane and I reviewed it last night, so it must have been Sunday night that Valhalla was on with Baker and Expert after Aiden. And then that was the night after Baker had cried.
Oh my God. That was so insane.
By the way, I've been making these boys cry since December because when Valhalla got that money during the fundraiser, he also cried.
Nice.
Jason have been making boys cry since December 25. We're talking about suing us for defamation. Thank God Expert has a head on his shoulders and was like, that's stupid.
Who's suing you for defamation? What did I say?
Oh, they want to sue you for defamation. Baker wants to sue you because you called him a PDF file.
No, I didn't.
You didn't.
No, correct. I didn't. And the one issue that was in question the very next day, or even that day, remember it was a Sunday, I jumped on and I was like, I just want to like make sure there's like some clarifying here. I even said, I apologize if that's the way it was. I'm not an idiot. I mean, I understand how I said it. I was only thinking of it from our side of things, right? Like how I said it completely fit, like the way that we would consume those things. But the fact that
you immediately retracted and corrected yourself.
Yes, it was very swiftly like framed as I called him a PDF thing. And I went right online and I said, absolutely, that's not what I meant. So,
correct.
What
we meant is that you admitted that you think smallpox is a sexually transmitted disease and that you're into your neighbor's daughter and of age daughter.
Yes. I mean, I've got a man that is literally going on a stream every day and saying that I stole from veterans.
And now we got him. He finally admitted now that he only disputes about $265 of it.
Why?
Because he's using, you know why? He's using the original spreadsheet with the wrong 700 number.
But that's not the right number. Like I had to, why? So when I made the explanation and I said, okay, that's the gross number there, but keep in mind, I ended up giving some refunds. Why is he not? I showed the refunds. Why is he not accepting that? Should I have just eaten that money?
They know that they're lying and they're lying anyway. They're the ones doing a defamation. Do you know now they have Cosby G out here blatantly saying that I'm the one that called in the SWAT. Baker repeated that. Yes, Sunday night.
So let's go into that because I mean, I hadn't planned on this, but thank you for filling in while I ate my breakfast. I'm still not sure I want to cam up because I look like trash, but let's go into that. So I jump on I'm on my phone And I get a message from Kazi G in X. I have never spoken with him. I've never communicated with him. I've never had any interaction with him.
Mhm.
It was at 3:37 p.m. Now, I didn't see it, right? Because I've been off X. But I open it up later on in the day and it says, nobody believes it was you that made a call to Tennessee. It was your buddy J7. Ask me how I know. She absolutely will do the same thing to you as she did with others. As someone that used to really stick up for you, fair warning, Jess, when you are done with her, it will be you next. So I read that message. I didn't respond. I wasn't going to say anything. And I was like, I don't know. And then I opened up your show and he was on it.
Mhm.
And I was like, what are the chances that on the day that and I don't even really know what what the plan was, but like on the day that he chooses to message me, he's on your show talking. And I don't know if anybody was watching you in real time, and I know you were busy, but I was like, what's going on here? Like I asked like 2 times, like what's going on?
I saw when I watched the chat, but I wasn't watching the
Because
chat.
I was like, is this good or bad? Because his message to me was bad, but the way
Well,
that
I
it was
thought-
sounding was good.
Initially, I thought it was we started off good and friendly, and then
Yes.
it took a turn. And
So
then
that's why I was like, can somebody fill me in on what's happening? Because I got a message from him today. I'm thinking, and it's not a good one.
And I cut out of that interview, or he made me cry badly. And
Yes.
I just ended the interview kind of in the middle of it. So I wonder if we hadn't stayed up there, that he wasn't gonna like, I don't know, try and accuse me of doing the SWAT. He doesn't have any evidence. I didn't do it. So there is no evidence that I did it. He's been put on notice that if I catch him doing it again, I am crazy enough and wealthy enough. I will sue you, Kazi. I don't care that you don't have a penny to your name. Knock it off. It's defamation per se. Stop it. And Baker, I will sue you in Denmark. I'll figure out how to do it. I don't care. These guys, they know that I didn't do it. They know you didn't do it. And that's their next little. Now what they're trying to do is, I think Kazi is trying to drive us apart, drive a wedge in between us.
So that was my vibe.
What did that message mean to you?
So I responded and I said, expert 100% made statements attributing it to me. You know that, and I know that. I won't even entertain a message from you unless you at least acknowledge that, right? That the expert said it was me. And he responds, I don't know about the expert. I instantly knew he was lying, because if there was any person that knows every stream that's going on, what somebody said, has the clips ready to go.
He tried to say he had no idea that Ray canceled on me.
Oh my God. He literally is. He's one of those people that if he were on my side of things, he'd be my person I'd go to and be like, hey, do you have the clip of so-and-so doing this and this and this? And he would have it.
Kane said it so best. He was like, Kazi's the kind of guy that could see Jesus resurrected, walk on water, turn water into wine, and would still pretend to need more evidence to say Jesus had returned.
But even if that's the case, I'm not buying it that he doesn't know that the expert.
Correct. He's lying.
That clip has been circulating for a very long time.
He is lying.
He said, I don't really know him. That's accurate.
Dude,
I believe.
I'm telling you, I hate to sound like Spicy Misty. I love to sound like Spicy Misty. Orders went out with a new game plan. This is the new game plan. They're going to try and split us up and reactivate this fake SWAT shit.
Right.
So call it for what it is. We didn't do the SWAT.
If they split us up, who's the bad guy, me or you?
I don't know. They keep making comments like that girl Kylie is in every chat going, I can't wait for the blowout between the two Jesses. It's going to be epic. They want to see us fight. Should we get some KY? You
want to fight? You want to fight? He says this is completely taking away from the fact that it wasn't you whatsoever. It was 100% J7. And then he says, J7 will absolutely be a thorn in your side, Jess. Good luck with that. Tried to tell you. Peace.
Okie dokie.
I
don't even know what to say to that.
Newsflash. She's been a thorn in my side since the beginning. And I enjoy the pain. I literally had an opportunity to piece the fuck out of this a long time ago. I did it for about 40 minutes on my show. And then I felt like I did the wrong thing. And I changed my mind and then I went all in on it. So here's one thing that I will say about this, because in order for them to kind of like put a wedge between us, first of all, they clearly don't know our like relationship. That I think is obvious, right? I think that what they see on the internet is just what they see, and so they think that right there that we can work with this, we can do something, right?
Well, and the key is they think I paid for you.
Okay,
They think I
so
bought you.
sure.
She's too expensive, guys.
Sure. Let me just get ahead of it for them. So it doesn't exist one bad text message about Jessica Walsh anywhere. There is not one time I shit talked this woman. There is not one time I went behind the scenes and I said, well, you know what, like this. Now, when things really started and it was really tense, like those couple of days, I went through all my messages and there is one message and I can't remember who it was with.
It doesn't matter.
I think it was with Katie. And I said, like, I am getting really stressed. You know what I mean? But like,
but I know about that because she showed it to Jake, who showed it. Jake snitched on all bad stuff already.
Jake cannot be trusted. So what people don't understand is that like what is going on here with J7 and her channel is what they call face value. It is exactly what you see. This is it. Is face value the applicable term there? I don't even know. It's what you see is what you get. This is it. There's nothing else here. There's no lying. There's not. I can tell you what there isn't. There is no like plans. Like
There's
what
no
these
makeup
other people
on right
have.
now.
Me neither. There's no plans. There's
and
no
my
like
nails are
let's do
dirty.
A, B, and C. There's none of that shit. It's just like literally two people like out here saying shit as it is, as they see it.
And the
Admitting
more
when they
that-
fuck up, admitting when they make a mistake. And that's it. Not perfect. Always saying not perfect.
It's weird to me that they don't get it, that we're just being ourselves. And as things come up, we handle them, but there's never a game plan. We don't get together to map it out. And their way of countering that is to, I guess,
Lie.
map it out. Like,
Lie.
guys, it's
Map
not
it out.
working.
Lie.
It's never going to work. In fact, you could show me 1 million messages of just shit talking me. It still wouldn't make any difference. People are allowed to shit talk
Don't
other
exist.
people.
They don't exist. Don't
And
exist.
it doesn't exist on my end either. One time I told Kane I was frustrated.
And that's why he defends you about me. He says that. He brings that up occasionally, like that I turned on you that day or whatever. Also, that still doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter.
Also, we
That
already
stuff
told each other all this. It's over.
So I don't know what their plan is. If the plan is to send Kazi G into a private DM with me, who I've never spoken to, who, by the way, I never really had an issue with, because a lot of people aren't understanding. Like, I never had an issue with Valhalla because Jessica Walsh used to tell me he was the good one. Jessica Walsh used to be like, Valhalla is good. Like, Baker's nuts and the expert is a weirdo.
Valhalla was the hottest one of Baker's friends.
Holy shit. What the fuck?
I had a conversation with Jimmy one day about how hot he was. And we both agreed he was the most fuckable one.
Holy shit. None of them are. But with that being said, with that being said, you always said really great things about Kazi G as well. And I thought, like, again, fine. I don't know. Has he said anything bad about me? I don't pay attention. I'll ask the chat. Oh, Kazi G has?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's like his brain has separated from his body and he's just a PR mouthpiece. You can see it. He's just saying shit that he doesn't believe. Because he got the job, by the way, of doing the Lindsay Sakini stuff because Aiden can't. Okay. So Kazi was assigned Lindsay Sakini, has been gathering, kind of garnishing views off that. So he's a loyal soldier to Aiden. And so I don't know what to say.
How long are people going to be loyal to him? How long? How long till my soul gets it right? How long is that going to happen? I don't know.
I pray.
When's that going to stop?
The resting soul of Galileo, King of night vision, King of inside. Say hi. You want to say hi to Quincy? He's sticky. You wish him well? That's nice, Joy. Joy says hi.
Hi, Puppertino.
The camera's up here. Stinks.
Is he a golden?
She's a golden lab.
Oh, hi,
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah. It's not time for you. Get down, please.
Can she have babies? Do her and Quincy want to have the babies?
Yeah. We can have baby poppers and baby bunnies.
Wait. We did not get Quincy fixed. We think it's cruel.
I never got Joy fixed either. Mostly, it's just such a pain in the ass.
Oh my God. Wait, we could have lab babies.
Lab babies.
Speaking of babies, how are you feeling with the pregnancy?
I had a little morning sickness. And the babies have been craving burritos every morning.
I don't know where it was or what chat was happening, but I saw somebody say that the babies' names were like J5 and J6.
5, 6, and we're up to triplets now. They're triplets.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Mhm.
Were you doing IVF and we didn't know?
I guess so.
Wow. So we're having triplets.
They're miracle babies because they got through the IUD. That was the first miracle.
Does Jake know?
Well, I've put it out there.
I know, but does he know?
I don't know, but can you believe when I was watching that members only on Baker's stream the other day? And
That was pretty crazy.
I don't even watch Baker's content. It's just like I've been watching recently because he's talking about us. And when I ever heard Jake get a membership, I'm like, this motherfucker.
Well, I thought the verdict is that you don't have to be in the chat to get the membership.
Yeah, you don't. I don't think
Because I remember one day I got a email that I got a subscription to James Jackson's, and I don't think I've ever watched a James. How did I? Maybe one time I did a long time ago, but like,
yeah, I think
even
you have
watch
to at
that.
least been in there one time.
Okay.
I don't
What's
know.
going on with,
There's no answer on Google. You have to go to Reddit to read the theories.
Oh, that's
From
already
Spicy
two
Misty.
steps too many. What's going on with JFK James Jackson? Can you give me an abbreviated version of this? I know that Baker got mad at Aiden because he was going to go on JFK show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if he was going on JFK show, what was this about?
I guess James Jackson reached out to Aiden to say, hey, you want to come on JFK show?
Okay.
And Aiden initially was open to it. But
Okay.
JFK said, no, thank you, sir. He said, no, not good paper. Sir. No, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And then kind of embarrassed
there's your man, Spicy Misty. That's what your man's doing, standing on his business. Okay, go ahead.
He is so hot. I can't, now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it.
Not me last fall saying that. And
That's
now all
true.
of a sudden you fucking thirsty
Can
bitches.
confirm.
But go ahead. Go ahead.
So I think Aiden got a little embarrassed when JFK said no, but so then JFK publicly says no. Then Baker does his little crazy eye stream of
Yes.
I want to consensually smack Aiden on the face.
Because Aiden was even considering it, correct?
Right.
Okay.
And then the next night was, I think, the Saturday show Aiden did. It might have been on a Sunday, whatever, where Aiden issued an apology to Baker for even having considered the notion of working with local people. Baker, you don't even go here. If you really support Aiden, why wouldn't you do what's in his best interest?
So the reason Baker was basically having an issue with this was because those guys have insinuated that he is a PDF file.
Right. What they say is like, you're a weirdo because you're like, why do you have Legos in the background? When he had his old house, they'd say, you have bright wall. If a kid was just passing through, because Baker doesn't label his streams not for kids.
Okay.
I don't know why. They're not for kids.
Okay.
But if a kid was just passing through the streets of YouTube and saw the bright colors and the toys, this is what the boys, JFK and the boys were saying.
I'm here. I'm listening. Yeah.
A kid might think this is for kids and stay, and your content really isn't for kids. It's weird. You're weird.
Okay.
They never called him a PDF file or anything. But then Baker did a stream a couple weeks ago making fun of Nan and Nan's 12-year-old son.
Okay.
And they called him out for making fun of a 12-year-old boy. So it really bothers.
Okay.
Baker is tremendously bothered by that.
So
for the record, Baker is not a PDF file.
So if we are keeping track of things, let's just generically keep track on this. Number one, before this was ever a thing, before anybody was really paying attention, he was trying to stop you from talking about him anywhere, right? So getting other people to kind of bounce you out of chats, blocking you from the chat. So we weren't watching, but it was happening where he was trying to control your participation with other people's channels. So let's put that one as the first one.
People have been asking me, like, there are specific. So when he was a guest on Something's Off, when he was a guest on Emily C, when he was a guest on Lauren, I was banned from those chats preemptively just for those episodes.
Okay. So
and
there's
I can't
the first
prove
example.
I didn't think at the time to screenshot everything and prove everything. That's what happened. Believe me or not.
So that's the start. Then the next, I think, like viable example we have of him basically trying to control the chat and what people say is the other Mary B.
Mary B.
Okay, Mary B. So Mary B does her stream, and it's right at the start of when shit is going to go crazy with you. And she had been friends with you. So she was basically just kind of doing just a real basic, and I talked about it the other day, real basic generic statement. Like, I want to
it was actually right after the Four Loco stream. So she actually had low key flipped on me. She was saying, because she had done a bunch of streams with me, then saw the Four Loco stream and believed it. I had not watched. I still am only 25 minutes into that Four Loco stream. I should have watched it a lot sooner because I think it let a lot of lies run rampant. Not a word he says in that is true.
Do you want to do a panel with the Four Loco stream?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Because I also haven't watched it. I haven't watched the whole thing.
It makes my bot. It would be helpful to have a panel because Kane helps. It's nice to have the girls. It gives me a little it makes my body shake because it's him screaming at me all over again. But anyway, Mary B watched that, bought it hook, line, and sinker. Then she does her stream, I think the next day, and she's trying to say, I'm not going to take sides. Baker comes in there and just bullies the shit out of her. She makes her cry. She had to dump to a song because she was crying. She's now saying that you and I shouldn't use that clip. We're misusing it and misconstruing it.
I don't care what she says about using that clip. That's too bad, so sad. You cannot rewrite history. I remember that right when it happened.
It was horrible. I felt my heart broke for her.
Because somebody had messaged me like, you're not going to believe what's happening right now. I jumped in. I was catching the tail end of that. I think if I have that wrong, or maybe I saw the clip after the fact, but there's no disputing or denying. Mary can do whatever she wants now because she has a role that she has to fill. That's fine. So we have him doing this to you in those original chats. The next example we see of him wanting to control or exert control over the narrative about him out there is with Mary. Okay. So that's the next example of that happening.
The kicking me out at Rat House and saying I can't come back on you would happen before Mary B.
Okay, so
if you want to call those examples.
Sure, let's add those to it. So then we have the Mary B thing. Then we have apparently him going and telling this to Aiden, right? Is this the next thing where he crashes out and gets upset with Aiden and says, like, did the Aiden with JF thing come first, or the Ray for Dallas thing come first?
No, Aiden with JFK came first.
Okay, so Aiden and JFK. So this whole thing happens, and he does this crazy like bit on his show where he's like getting mad at Aiden and ready to wash his fucking hands because Aiden would consider going on JFK's show to mend some sort of offense. And he basically comes right out and says, we had a bro stream, we got you, we did the shit for you. You're going to go over here. And if you're going to go on JFK, we're fucking done. Right.
Also, we have to add back it on the timeline. So before Mary B, when was the bro stream? Because before the Four Loco stream, or it might have been after Four Loco.
The bro stream was after Four Loco.
Because remember the bro stream, Will had me backstage.
Yes.
And Aiden at some point goes like this, and then they kicked me. They kept me up waiting for 20 minutes and then booted me out. Because Baker didn't want me talking.
I don't know if you heard it, but he said it on there.
Yeah.
Will said J7's backstage, and they were no, it's not happening. So, all right, but let's kind of put you and what they did to you all in one thing. So they did it to you, right? And then they did it. Baker did these things to you to silence you. So we have an example of that, right? Mm-hmm. And then we had another example of him right in real time going at Mary, controlling her narrative, not wanting her to say what she said in real time, getting in a chat with supposed
so aggressively
creator, so much so that you could feel it, how uncomfortable it was, and how off she felt, and she
Correct.
cries. Okay, so then there's that. Then the next example of this man coming in and trying to control what people say on the internet and how it relates to him is we have the JFK situation where Aiden is being asked. He wasn't even the one initiating it. He was asked to do something. He was open to the idea because he lives here, these guys live here, and maybe, just maybe, he's thinking, if I know Aiden, how does this help him in his quest for freedom? Let me get these guys back on my side as we start gearing up and going. So maybe he wasn't even thinking about Baker. He was just thinking, I mean, he probably wasn't. He's thinking about himself and how this might help him. And what happened?
It would have helped him.
But
JFK is the one that nixes it. Right.
But let's just even put that aside. You have these people reaching out and Aiden is being asked and Aiden says, yes, I'm going to go on here. I'm going to do this. And then what happens? Baker comes on and basically threatens him and is like, if you fucking do this, I'm fucking done. So now we have him silencing you. We have, and I'm sorry, let me make sure I'm clear when I'm saying this. We have Broken Baker, silencing you in chats and in locations, right? And in other streams. Then we have Baker silencing Mary on her stream when she's kind of like just even being middle ground. Then we have Baker coming out and he's silencing Aiden and telling Aiden if he does this and goes on a stream where he feels people disrespected him, he's fucking done.
Correct.
Then after that, we get another example of Ray for Dallas, who by everybody's, I think, like basic assumption is this guy really, his job is to platform anybody, right? That's what he does. He brings in people. He's platformed Jen Altman, Lindsay Gattani, everybody except yours truly, by the way, but he platforms everybody. He's a big Aiden person. Now, there's only so much content out there with the Aiden stuff. So Ray for Dallas has got his kind of pulse on the chats. He knows that Shay Walsh is going to bring him the views.
I had done a review of his interview with Oceans. That's what prompted Ray to he asked me for over a week. We weren't even going to talk about Baker.
Right. So, but Ray is just doing what Ray does, right?
Right.
And again, not thinking about anybody else but himself and his platform and what will get the views. So he goes and announces this show.
And Ray planned to go hard at me because Ray did a stream reviewing my review. And I kind of knew that he was going to come at me pretty hard. And I was prepared for it. Would it fair?
We talked about it behind the scenes. Like, should I do it? Yes, I say yes, 100% do it. You can hold your own there. There was no doubt that you couldn't. But also, I think Ray has a way of being respectful in these shows, right? So you can have different opinions and whatever. So
but the content was not even going to be about Baker whatsoever. And Baker reacted by going in Miss Scarlett's chat, on her stream rather. He has a meltdown, and then loses his temper on Twitter for everyone to see.
Yep.
And
then the word gets back to Ray. The word gets back to Ray. Did Ray and Baker speak specifically together?
Well, what's interesting now is Ray got a interview with Nick Stero, who is one of Baker's besties. And then I was in Valhalla's chat yesterday with 50 people watching in the middle of the day while they make fun of people who are
Valhalla's going on Ray for Dallas now too.
Okay. Well, Ray for Dallas was all up in that chat.
Okay. So
if you, so there's no way that, so what Baker did is reward Baker.
I was just going to say it's a consolation prize. Consolation prize. Yeah. But let's stay focused. It is another example of the broken Baker wanting to control what other people say on the internet as it relates to him or what he thought would relate to him. And so now we have examples of this man who doesn't even live in this country, who has barely any subscribers and views, or he has subscribers, but views. This man has controlled 5 different scenarios and people
who are all big supporter. By the way, I'm a pretty big supporter of Aiden. What it is in Aiden's best interest to make up with JFK. That would be another local voice. You can't influence the jurors, but I think we all know you need to influence local people. They're the ones going to be on the jury.
I also just think it helps with morale. I mean, you and I, Aiden and I are in this big fucking thing for no reason. I don't know why he did it. Like maybe balance it out with having some unexpected people support you and at least limit what they are saying so that the morale isn't so fucking shitty.
And it would be one thing if guys, if I was lying, I would have tapped out long ago. I'm not. Baker is the one. Like, that's what really frustrates me the most is that Aiden is like dying on a hill for Baker, who A, doesn't go here, B, is silencing other people, more than just me, but silencing people who want to support him, and C, is lying.
He doesn't even get the views.
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
But
You're
it's
trading
'cause
in 5 different content creators for a guy that gets 3,000 views on a stream?
Remember
What are
that
you-
when
what are you
I
doing?
told you Baker threatened me with his audience back in January. I didn't understand what it meant at the time, but he said, if you open your mouth about me, if you ever tell anyone, I will have my audience turn against you personally. At that time, I was just a chatter. I had no plans of a channel. I never understood what it meant. But look at what then happened to Jess Machado. They've now intermingled us. We're the same person to them. They go after us. They
what you're
often say
saying
in one
is,
sentence shit I've done with what shit you've done.
so what you're saying is, while I'm sitting here saying, what's the big deal? It actually would be, you think Baker has the power to turn everybody onto
His
Aiden the way that
exact
they
words
did
were,
to me?
I will weaponize my audience against you. And I think that includes this little network of buddies that they've got. Valhalla, the wrench master. Like I said, the reason he has wrenches is because he goes in and pulls everyone's chat logs, everyone's, so that he can get information on you and throw it in your face later, hold it against you, compel your behavior, threaten you. Expert. The thing about them is they have this reputation being the nice guys on the internet. So they have a big group of friends that permeates all the way to Nikki Rackets, kind of. And Legal Vices was another one who unfortunately passed away suddenly that was in this group. But they have this network in the kind of law tube world that then crosses over into true crime. And I think I don't think Baker means just his 24,000 subscribers. I think what Baker meant when he said, I'll weaponize my audience against you, is this network that they have.
I mean, I guess then it is a good business decision for Aiden to do what he did. I guess that's a good
until Baker, decision. But eventually Baker's going to hit a tipping point of flipping out about and trying to silence too many people that are also looking to support Aiden. And so at what point, Aiden will have to make the decision. At what point does Baker bring more to the table than cutting off? I mean, we're up to 5 examples.
How much longer? How many more?
And Mary B fell in line, right? Because Rat House fell in line, so they kept her.
I mean, listen, I know more than anybody how difficult it is to kind of like hold the line when you like, look, I mean, we're dealing with this. It's almost so inconsequential at this point, right? And I don't know why I made it seem like it was at any point a bigger deal, but Katie Rusin, going on and starting a channel behind my back and then kind of like partnering with all of the people who had been attacking me for a long time. Think about how that started. Supposedly, it was, please stop your friend, shut your friend down, shut Jessica Walsh down right now. Now, there's a little bit of pressure there because, first of all, correct, Katie was a financial benefactor to my show. She gave a tremendous amount of money. And, it wasn't that I didn't care about losing the money. It's the fact that this person felt like my product and what I did was so worth their investment. And you don't want to disappoint your investor, so to speak. Like, I'm sorry, like, I don't want you to be upset. I want you to really like what you're investing in here and you're doing or whatever. But it also, thank God for Linda, because Linda is like no strings attached to her support of the show. It's a blanket, like, I appreciate you. I like what you're doing. Keep going, allow me to support you in a way that makes me happy, right? Katie's came with like this contingency, which was like, in order for me to continue to support you, you must do what I say here, right? And it's just absolutely wild to me. But the pressure for a day there was just like, do I smooth this over with her? Do I never tell you what to do, but do I maybe kind of like try to make it a little bit more kumbaya? It's hard to like say, no, I'm holding. But I would have done that. Here.
I apologize.
I said that. I said you would have done it if I asked, but I would never make you. I would never even ask you.
Then it's like, I in my heart, I can't prove this. In my heart, I sincerely don't believe Ocean's and Katie's hatred of me is organic. Like, somebody was getting to like, it never made sense because they wanted to be my friend. They supported me all of June. And then suddenly in July, it was this because I can't quite place my finger on it, but it just doesn't feel organic to me. This pressure to tell you what to do. Like if they really were fans of yours, A, you can't tell you what to do. B, if we all had to get along, I would learn to be able to do that, right? We don't all have to be best friends, but like I wouldn't go attack these girls if they were gonna still be bunnies, so to speak.
Right.
But it became clear that they no longer were. You could see what Oceans was doing in chats. You could see that Katie was taking instructions from Oceans. And then when Valhalla was ever in Katie, that was like it for me. That was banana land.
Yeah. It's actually, it's been like a couple of weeks now with the Katie situation. And I'm not going to lie, I was thinking about it like yesterday and I was going, I was going back and looking at all our text messages, right? And I'm reading them and every single one of them now I look at like through a different lens. And I'm going like, was I that stupid? Was I really just completely, just absolutely dumb? And I don't know. I look back at this and I'm going, because the alternative is there's a high functioning wealthy woman in Arkansas who is diabolical, right?
Yeah.
Like who is an absolutely diabolical crazy
who can't
bitch.
spell Arkansas. Come on.
Like the alternative is that like either
I think it's more like I think it started off as like a jealousy thing I think there are people that are jealous of me and you being friends, which is kind of not, it's just going to happen. I kind of look at us as grown women. We're not in middle school, so knock it off.
But
like we don't have to be jealous of one another. We can uplift one another.
But my friendships have kind of like, I've added more friends in this space, right? Like
just so everyone knows,
I consider go ahead.
Well, just because someone's prettier than you or has more money or success, or just because someone's friends with someone doesn't take, there's not a limited amount of friendship in the world or money or success or beauty. So you never need to be jealous of any of those things. Jess is capable of being friends with me and many other people. It doesn't detract from anyone else's friendship, our friendship.
Right.
We don't base our friendship on talking about everyone else.
First of all, I'm not going to make an excuse for the fact that I may click with the person. I said it from the beginning on Jess Walsh is a real one because I knew what it was like when I talked to her on the phone. I feel like I'm talking to somebody I grew up with. I feel like I'm talking to somebody like TT. Like, granted, this kind of shit that you did with Jake or with Baker or whatever, you know what? TT's a married woman now and has been for a while. But TT back in the fucking 90s is like Jay Walsh with these men like you wouldn't fucking read about. I've lived this life because TT already lived it, okay? So we're older than her. So like my thing here is like I do believe that there is a certain level of insecurity that Katie possesses, and it happens, right? For a lot of different reasons. Now, I'm not judging anybody who goes and gets their tits done or anything like that, right? But people who have some sort of like kind of a weird thing about their bodies and things like that, they manifest itself. That does have a tendency to not be somebody that I like align with, right? We're really kind of like normal people over here. Not saying that's not normal. I'm just saying like that's a different level of like, listen, guys, I don't like my tits, but I'm not going to go under the knife to fix them, essentially, is what I'm saying, right? I'm not going to risk my life. I'm not going to do an elective surgery just because of like how I look or whatever. Right. But with that being said, like, I have a lot of trust issues and I'm slowly allowing and bringing other people like around. Like Moonsy and I talk all the time. Like I trusted her with she has access to the StreamYard. She has access to my YouTube channel, right? I've never met her. So I'm like trying to build these relationships. The other side of that too, by the way, for people that don't understand, is there is a little insecurity on my part where I feel like I bring a lot of problems to a friendship. You know what I mean? I'm constantly like needing like support. Moonsy doesn't need me to talk her off a ledge every 3 days because like shit is really hard. She just exists, goes out there and does it. Every day, I feel like in my chat, I've got these women who are basically trying to like put out fires for me. And that makes me feel sometimes like whatever. The only reason why I think Jess and I work a little better together is because Jess also has her own fires. It's also really rough out on the YouTube streets for her. And so like, I don't feel like such a burden to her because I bet she also feels like sometimes she's a burden to me.
A burden to you. I feel like that all the time.
I feel like that all the time too. So
I
really
like my
try to-
friends pre-canceled. What can you do?
I really like to try to kind of observe, and like Spicy Misty, somebody I don't know, who, listen, right now, Spicy Misty is like such a bulldog for me out here. That also is hard for me to accept. I don't want anybody to go out there and catch strays over me, but apparently she really enjoys it.
We'll
Spicy
fight on the
Misty, how many
beaches.
times do I talk her off a ledge? I feel like I'm more of a burden. And then I have like this wonderful person behind the scenes who like is so organized, and I'm just like I love them. I wonder what I can do for them. You know what I mean? Like one day I hope that it pays
Well,
off your
I don't think
investment.
you realize that and this is gonna like spur all the haters to, but like I like when back last summer when your show first started, I was going through a breakup with this guy Gary, and I felt a lot less alone listening to your program. It like I don't think that's a unique phenomenon. A lot of people, you see it in a lot of like call it a radio show or whatever.
Yeah.
And then what's unique about you, this is interact. You've talked about this before, but it's interactive television. It's the next phase of like Bravo kind of
Reality
thing.
TV. Yeah.
And so while there are parasocial relationships that can go wrong, some of them can go right. And
Right.
there's a reason you and obviously I feel the same way back to you about like, oh, our souls understand each other.
Right.
But that's what you do for a lot of your audience, is that you're like a comforting, reliable thing every morning and sometimes at night, where you can escape from your parts of our lives that are difficult, and then you have this little break in life where Jess Machado's there, and it's fun, and we laugh and we cry.
It's
and
more
then we go back to our
for
daily
me
lives.
too. You know what I mean? Like it's
Right.
I do it for me too. I feel like there's another thing too, where Jimmy, by the way, is not included in this, and Kimberly also. But I do feel like they're and it's most recently on full display, where Aiden just doesn't seem grateful for the people that support him. And by support, I mean just watch the shows, right? Just pay attention to the shows, watch the shows or whatever. I've always felt like it comes off as like he doesn't even care that you're there. And I always said, like, when I did my show, I wanted to connect, which is why I opened up the money hotline. I was like, yeah, call me, text me. I mean, you guys, the text messages are obscene. It's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of text messages. This phone is out of control. This is just the bunny hotline. It's out of control how many people text me. And
that
I
would
feel
annoy
like
him. He could never do that.
He could never. So I don't know. I just feel, I don't know where we were going with this, but just like,
well,
let
Aiden,
us
by the way,
exist.
has said overtly, he one members only. He watched Kane and I. He remember when you and I were fighting. We had the closest we ever came to a fight. And you came on and we had it out and everything resolved. Aiden watched that and reacted to it in a members only. And he paused it and said, I don't care about any of you like this. I don't care about any of you. I'm grateful. He tried to pretend like I'm grateful you're here, but I would never care about any of you like this. I can't, I don't care about anyone's emotional, which is probably like, I think he's coming. It's healthy to have boundaries, but also it's sad a little,
I want to address, Jess, why did you go to court that day and act like a lunatic to throw the chair at Grant? I recognize that there's a lot of people who are new here who weren't around at trial one. We will probably have to go over that whole scenario again. The's a lot of people who aren't.
Well, they're running out of things to hate you for.
So now we're going back and
regurgitating
because Grant is a absolute savior right now. You know what I mean? Like it's I don't even know what kind of
he has
world
a new
we're living in.
girlfriend, a towel girlfriend.
Is he moving out of his mother's house?
Is he evicted from it? Who knows? Who can be sure?
I don't really.
We wish him well.
Listen, but we will probably have to revisit that because apparently people don't remember anything about what was going on in that scenario. People don't remember
so banana.
Anything that happened.
And what drives me insane is like I know these are not stupid. Some people on the internet are stupid. Others are like Valerie, Queen Val.
How's Big Husky? What's going on with her?
She's big mad. She came into a Spaces last night.
What now? What?
Well, she's demanding answers from me about why Baker and Jake are different situations. Great. She doesn't understand why I'm saying Baker. Just to clarify, it's been like kind of a process of reflecting back shocked. It took a while to see exactly what Baker has been doing to me and like come to grips with the fact that it's a form of like mental abuse, what he was doing. It's not like the reason I started saying it out loud is because I only just kind of realized it. I was, whether I was in denial or stupid or whatever, it only kind of just clicked recently. So that's why I'm saying it now. Valerie has a big problem with that. She would like me to provide every receipt that ever existed so that she can then not believe them anyway.
I will say this. So the majority of people who have shows out here, their marriages and their lives are not on display. Right now, Aiden's unfortunately is the peak of all of that with Meredith and Lindsay. Those are relationships that we have seen and talked about at length, right? But most people are not talking about now. Kimberly, for example, came out of nowhere and was like, "I'm divorced," right? And people were like, "Wow!"
But
like,
we didn't live through that with her.
But it was all behind the scenes. It was all private. Now, granted, she's engaged to Montante. And it is a public relationship. So I think that automatically already puts her up to a bunch of like scrutiny and things. Look what happened on that stream with Jimmy where he found out, right? And he acted all kind of weird about it. The more you put out there,
I think he felt left out.
Yes, I believe we watched in real time him find out his friend was engaged and he was upset that he was learning it from his chat. Yes. But with that being said, the situation when it comes to relationships and stuff, you only get what people give you, right? And there's, I think by default, a lot of people interested in relationships. Like people are interested in those things, good or bad. And I think that you disclosing that you, a chatter who people had seen in chats, who saw as a generous chatter, your name was out there, people knew who you were, to find out that you had a sexting relationship with this man and that you guys, this already has interest. Just even before it went bad, people would have been interested in that. But now we know it. We've heard about it. It went bad. And I think you just are never going to know the full story. Like Valerie can salivate over it all she wants, but it's never going to happen. Now, do I
feel like I give the audience a lot of my, I try to share as much of my life as I can. I'm never going to be able to give them. Anyway, I cut you off. Sorry.
Well, people don't understand that. That's why you get the views. So I saw your chat last night and you had over 500 people in your chat. And that is why you get the views. You understand the assignment. People want to know more, whether they agree with it, whether they disagree with it, whether they just like to watch it. But like you sharing your life, please excuse me for one moment. Sweetles is here. I need to discuss.
We had some celebrity sightings in the chat last night. What's happening in this chat? Let me see. Who's here? I'm rubbing a Pillsbury Doughboy on my face. Is that not normal? Is that confusing for people? It takes away my chins. But yeah, chat was popping last night. Appreciate, what do we call them? We gave a name to my chatties. I always forget it. But we had a celebrity sighting. We had Brian LTL. Shout out Brian. We had a little Montante sighting at the beginning. A little Jeff Machado. I'm pretty sure Mike Cryford was in it, but it might have. Yeah, the sickos are my chatties. I don't know for sure if that was Mike Crawford's handle. I think Connor McManus was playing a prank on us. I think Rat House had me fooled. So we're in a prank war. I fell for it. I'll have to DM him and see if it was really him. But when I went back and watched the chat, some of the answers, I don't think it was him. But yeah, Brian, I've never met Brian before. That was nice of him to show up. Was it Peachy? It was Mike. Okay. I mean, Mike and I like DM, we're buddies. Good buddies. I don't know what this world is, you guys. I just sell insurance. Not today because the guy's finishing the fence. I have to be here. And my puppertino's sick too. Joy's sicky. We love Mike. We're big fans of Mike. Go buy oil. He wants you to buy oil now. Now's the time to buy oil, Mike says. And he also, I thought he was like a commie. Guys, I'm ready to rescind that. I think he might be a capitalist. We have, by the way, Diana Mata is one of the MVPs. She has a channel that everyone should go check out. She's another Portuguese queen. She is almost as voracious as Spicy Misty in her contempt for Aiden Carney. It's an endorsement of her channel, not of everything she says. I sell all kinds of whatever kind of insurance you need, property, casualty, life, whatever you need. Yeah, but he's really pushing oil stocks. Mike's hot tip was oil stocks. So that was interesting. By the way, so I have a membership to Baker. I'll tonight go through maybe tonight we'll reenact Baker. I can't believe he put this to members only, what he did this morning. He's very upset. Big husky, big mad. We have 2 huskies now. One is Val and one is Baker, and they're both big mad. I think the mailman is here. I can't do anything about it. The dogs will stop in a second. Jess Machado didn't. Okay. JFK Dar is up. Why don't you, instead of us having to do the heavy lifting, why don't you go learn what you're talking about and then come back to us? That isn't what happened. Grant put his hands on Jessica Machado. They were arguing over who was first in line. And Grant was in the wrong. Okay? It's all on video. You don't need to make shit up. Okay? By the way, I hear what Queen Bunny is saying, that we need to respect Goat Boy's veteran status. However, I think at this point, I'll save my own opinions for my own channel. How lucky are you, Valhalla, that Jess has so much respect for you? I don't. But Baker's big mad. What he's mad about is that I'm getting views. They keep going on and on about, like, if you watch me, you need to be in a straitjacket. You're a horrible person, terrible person. Someone, like, I don't understand. Why doesn't he just not watch and stop talking about me? And then I would stop talking about it. I want to talk about, like, pyramids and aliens. When are we ever going to get to that? We're trying to learn quantum physics over on my channel, but they keep feeding us content that we have to eat up. What are we going to do? When are we going to learn about the pyramids and how they were energy sources for the aliens? I don't have time to do all of it, you know? We love the double slits. Shout out Slit Talk. Yeah, Spicy Missy, it started off as public and then now he's private. He's made it members only. So, I don't know how the rule. I think you have to catch the clips while it's not. Yeah, shout out Jake Snatch. You are my content. What was that? So Baker was going on and on. They're not going to drop this about Jess stealing from veterans. So maybe I will do a stream to convince Kane, because Kane's being a jerk too and saying that, like, it's not totally clear. I don't know what he's talking about. There's been 5 streams on it clarifying it. Valhalla is a liar, but he's lying. I mean, and it, want to know something? It really frustrates me that he's using his label as a veteran to protect himself so that he can go and lie about Jess. He knows he's lying. He knows she didn't steal. And the other one, you guys, so now you want to know what? So we told everyone I'm pregnant, right? God bless these babies. They're really kicking right now. But Baker and Lauren's response, Boren Lauren's response to that, do you know what it is? To now they have a bit where they're getting married. Thinking that makes me jealous. Guys, I don't care. Go have all the sexting you want. Lauren is hideous. Lauren's hideous inside and out. I don't know what Jess Machado is talking about that she's beautiful. She's terrible 50s hair. It's weird. She went on Baker's stream fully copying. Actually, Jess is the one that originally wore fur on stream. I copied it from her. And now Lauren's copying it from us. You're muted.
Who's wearing fur?
Lauren.
Shut the fuck up. This is
Lauren.
Why does she copy? Why?
Because she has no original. And now, so the new fun bit with her and Baker is that they're getting married.
Oh my God. I can't. Please, I can't. Listen.
That's their response to me being pregnant.
Sure. Let them. Okay. Sure. Match made in heaven. She lives alone. She lives
Don't do
alone.
me any favors, Lauren.
She
Get him
doesn't-
off my back. The man can't stop thinking about me.
I came back on to tell you I have to go. Sweetles,
Good,
it's
so do
time
I.
to move. We've got to do some. Well, you lit a ciggy and you just put on the fur. It looks like you're ready to lock in. But with that being said,
I have to respond to an email.
well, number one, thank you for jumping on and helping and adding to this today. You are wonderful. It's been a pleasure.
All right, love you.
Love you
Love
too.
to the chat. I'll see you in the chat. Or
Everybody
wherever.
be nice to her. Say goodbye to her. Say thank you.
Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.
Montante.
I have to go. We have things that we need to get done. I have messages about the vet. Sweetles needs some assistance with car situations. I can't stay. It's been 3.5 hours. It flew by. But I want to be able to talk more. We just can't do it. It's Monday. It's Tuesday. I don't know who's got shows on tonight, but I will like to be in the chats. This is my comfort shows. Thanks to everybody who's been hanging out. Sorry, this is a little bit of a short show today. I would have liked to push like a 4 or 5 hour, but we got things to do. It's already 11:30, and so we have to go. So I just wanted to say thanks to everybody. I appreciate you. I love my chat. I'm very grateful to my followers. Aiden, it's just white flag it. Let's just move on, right? You've got a lot of stuff you need to be focusing on. You've got a whole life of like stuff you need to really start focusing and thinking on. And I really think you should just leave me alone and focus on your stuff. It hurts my heart that this is happening. I didn't ask for this. And I don't feel good about writing songs about you. It's my coping mechanism. It's what I use to make myself feel better when I'm feeling like really upset and hurt by shit. I wouldn't say upset or hurt is why I wrote the Baker songs, but it was like my tools and how I like worked through stuff, at least like internally, and then also public forward facing. I don't find any joy in having like the number 17 hype song about you making fun of people who make no money. It doesn't feel right. So just like, I really wish that you wouldn't. I really wish that you would stop. It doesn't like, I have to be able to feel better about everything. I have to be able to like find my way to work through the shit. Like there's nothing else I can do. Right. But like, it doesn't need to happen this way. Right. And like you saying like you poked no, you fucked up with me. You poked the bunny. You didn't need to do that. You could just stay the fuck out of it. I don't know why you did it. But now I'm wondering, did the baker ask you to do it? Did you do this because he told you to do it? Did he say like he wasn't going to like act a certain, like they weren't going to do something? Like did you jump in and get involved because he asked you? That would be weird if that's what happened. So just, I don't know, man. I don't want to be doing this. I don't know. Did you see Meredith's moving? I don't want to be doing this, but like, I feel like if you're going to keep coming at me, if you're going to keep coming at my family, you're going to keep going over court documents, I'm going to do that. We are going to move forward with the Turtle Boy translator, and we're just going to do this whole new show where we just go over all of it.
They call me Old Money Aiden, right after they call my docket. Chains around my hands by Gucci, they shine bright when they lock it. Paid for that new car in cash, baby, the prettiest red you've ever seen. Where did the money come from? On the back of Karen Reed. Cars, I'm fighting for my life. Cars, all I want is all your cash. Cars, I hate you, but I need you. Cars, every one of you are trash. Look at my expensive website that crashes each time you click. Get rich and pay, you can't avoid the ads. Sorry, pores can suck my dick. Don't ask me where your money goes, you will never ever know. Violating bail at D&E Pizza, back to court I go. Pores, I'm fighting for my life. Pores, all I want is all your cash. Pores, I hate you, a month, let me see. Let's give this turtle chat a whirl. Fake abortions, they ain't free. You see, I'm old money right here. Look at this fancy camera and sound. The production is so top tier. Just wait a sec while I fix it now. Boys, I'm fighting for my life. Boys, all I want is all your cash. Boys, I hate you, but I need you. Boys, every one of you are trash. Ignore every bad decision I make, violating bail every time I'm mad. Case after case without a care. Menopausal women pay my tab. Boys, each and every one of you. Boys, no subs I will ever miss. Boys, First Amendment and all of that. Boys, you finance all of this.
Come and listen to me, baby. I'm gonna talk all night long about everything so boring, and maybe even a song. But don't worry, baby, you won't ever want to miss. No matter what I start with, we always come back to this. It doesn't matter where we start, I will take it there. Forget where this was gonna go, I can't help myself. It's always gonna be sex, 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 sex. Even Hans Christian Andersen doesn't stand a chance. Give me his stories and I will give you sex. There's a trial on TV, let's pull it on the screen. I see the judge drop the gavel, but what rules is your vagine. I am a master builder, brick by brick I build 'em real mean. Everything is awesome, but have I mentioned my special peen? It doesn't matter where we start, I will take it there. Forget where this was gonna go, I can't help myself. It's always gonna be sex, 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 sex. Even Hans Christian Andersen doesn't stand a chance. Give me his stories and I will give you sex. Bread is simple, but I can bake. Nature gives me all the yeast. Sounds boring, but don't worry, I'm thinking it's time to eat. Muffins aren't even safe, I can sex those up real good. Draw one with fishnets like you, baby. You know I glaze real good. It doesn't matter where we start, I will take it there. Forget where this was gonna go, I can't help myself. Sex, 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 sex. Even Hans Christian Andersen doesn't stand a chance. Give me his stories and I will give you sex. You wanna talk about smallpox, but my mind is already